Chapter 740. Hearing Miao Xiaomiao's words, Lin Xian was shocked. F***ck. A random invention that could control a martial artist below the domain realm for 5 seconds. What the F***ck? It was very useful whether it was for escaping or sneaking up on him during a battle. If he couldn't move for 5 seconds, he would be taking a beating. You're pretty smart. Lin Xian rubbed her head. Miao Xiaomiao's face turned red from Lin Xian's action. She quickly retreated and slapped Lin Xian's hand. Don't touch me. It would be fine if Wang Chanxian wasn't here, but she definitely couldn't do it. Lin Xian smiled and asked, Then what do I have to pay attention to? Miao Xiaomiao shook her head. There's nothing to pay attention to. Martial artists below the domain realm basically don't have enough strength to break free from it. Oh. So you're saying that it's possible to break free with strength? Something like a dark attribute fixation? Miao Xiaomiao nodded. That's still very strong. It should be very rare, right? No. Miao Xiaomiao shook her head. It can be mass-produced. I plan to sell it to the 3 factions. If everyone in the 3 factions can equip a bubble gun in battle, then it'll be unimaginable when fighting against the demon race. Lin Xian. No way? Something that can control martial artists below the domain realm can be mass-produced? Lin Xian was shocked. Miao Xiaomiao saw Lin Xian's expression. That young and pretty face revealed an incomparably proud expression. She knew that Lin Xian must be happier than anyone else because he cared. Miao Xiaomiao said proudly, Of course. Otherwise, how can I show off my strength? The most important thing to make this gun is the combination of 2 types of power in a special ratio and a special method. It's a very powerful innovation that no one has ever discovered before. Amazing. How did you find out? Lin Xian asked. Oh. This young lady likes to do research and experiments. It took me several years to discover these things. Then, I experimented with them bit by bit. It was only in these 3 months that I really made some progress. Then, I created them. The things that I needed are not rare. That's why they can be mass-produced. This was the most terrifying thing. Using something that wasn't rare to create something that exceeded the value of this item by God knows how many times. This was a true genius. Lin Xian used to think that Miao Xiaomiao was amazing, but now he felt that Miao Xiaomiao was ridiculously amazing. She was only a 15-year-old girl. He was invincible. This was simply unparalleled wealth, and it was in his hands. Hee. There's no cooldown? Of course there is, or else it would be invincible. Every time it's used, it needs to be reloaded. In other words, it can only be used once, and the fastest it can be used is 10 seconds. Of course, this can be upgraded in the future to make it easier. But if this thing is only this big, then it can only increase the reloading speed. It can't be used multiple times at once, Miao Xiaomiao said. Lin Xian nodded. Even so, it was still very powerful. Lin Xian suddenly thought of something and felt a little embarrassed for no reason. One had to know that this could be mass-produced, and its effect was invincible. It didn't improve the martial artist's body, but it could freeze someone for 5 seconds. Under the domain realm, it was 95% of the time. It was extremely valuable. Lin Xian wanted something like this. But this thing's name was a little girly, but it was still very powerful. What? Miao Xiaomiao took a sip of the coffee and glanced at Lin Xian. The world's cutest, prettiest, smartest, little Miao Miao. Miao Xiaomiao. That's so mushy. What do you want? Miao Xiaomiao was getting goosebumps from Lin Xian's words. Hee. Lin Xian grinned and walked behind Lin Xian's Miao Xiaomiao to massage her shoulders. What was this called? Flattery, bad intentions. That's right, Miao Xiaomiao definitely understood. Cough cough. Lin Xian smiled and said, The world's prettiest, smartest little Miao Miao, let me discuss something with you. Speak. Sell me the patent for this bubble gun. Since it can be mass-produced, it's better to sell it to me than to sell it to the 3 major powers. I'll produce it and sell it to the 3 major powers. If you sell it to other martial artists, you'll have to change the production. You think it's better to give it to your own people than to sell it to others, right? Lin Xian grinned. Lin Xian knew how profitable this bubble gun would be after it was produced. It wasn't an exaggeration to say that it wouldn't be any less than the 2 medicines he was producing now. If it could only control those in the spirit condensation or arcane body realm, it would be very popular, but it definitely wouldn't be so exaggerated. However, it could control those below the domain realm. Think about it, if you had this, you could control your opponent for 5 seconds when you encounter danger outside. Let's not talk about whether you could escape in 5 seconds, but at least you would have 5 seconds to react and react. For example, in a battle, you could directly shoot at your opponent. Other than long-range attacks, they could only passively defend for 5 seconds. 5 seconds was a lot of things that could be done. Think about it, if tens of thousands or hundreds of millions of martial artists were equipped with this, and each of them had one when they were fighting against demonic beasts, how many fewer people would die? How many more demonic beasts would they be able to kill? It might even be able to turn the tide of the battle. Moreover, the other martial artists who went out to kill demonic beasts would also need this thing. Even if it was used as a life-saving or pursuit tool, it would still be very powerful. It was equivalent to everyone having a dark attribute immobilizer. Of course, the prerequisite was that you had to hit the target. A dark attribute immobilizer would directly immobilize the target. However, the firing speed was also very fast. What kind of uproar would such a thing cause if it was released? If the price was set appropriately, it wouldn't be inferior to medicine. But I think it's better to benefit the continent. Everything I invent, I hope that it can be popularized and help humans, Miao Xiao Miao said. That was true. Miao Xiao Miao's patents only cost 10 million. 10 million seemed like a lot, but compared to the value, it was nothing. Especially for this thing, if she sold a patent for 10 million, others would lose out? That would be King huge profit. This could be mass-produced. Would it be a problem to earn a few trillion? No. That's right, I don't want to monopolize it. After I develop it, I will also sell it to all the martial artists in the continent. Wouldn't it be good if the Yaxin group sells it together with the medicine? We're all on the same side, hee hee. If the Yaxin group could sell this thing now, no one would be able to stop them. Lin Xian's assets, TSK. This force would be even easier to build. Chapter 741. Miao Xiaomiao thought about it and nodded. That works too. But you have to promise me that even though the effect is amazing, you can't sell it for too much. Don't worry. Even though the effect is amazing, it can be mass-produced, so the price won't be too expensive. You can set the price. Okay. Also, your company doesn't cooperate with other companies, right? But this bubble gun must be produced. At least the 3 major powers have to cooperate. You have to equip them with it. How much will it cost? 500 yuan. The cost will be lower if it's mass-produced. Lin Xian smiled. The cost was much lower than what he had expected. This girl was too talented. First, Lin Xian would not sell it to ordinary martial artists after he developed it. Instead, he would sell it to the 3 major factions in large quantities. Just the demand of the 3 major factions alone could bring them 1 trillion in profit. Think about it. Even if this thing was not sold at a high price, they could still make a profit of 1,000 per person. The 3 major powers didn't lack money at all. They were equivalent to the 3 empires of this huge planet. How could they lack money? Each power had hundreds of millions of members, right? This was just a conservative estimate. If they bought 50 million, the 3 major powers would make 150 million. If they each earned 1,000, that would be 500 billion. And this was just a conservative estimate. And this was just the cooperation between the 3 major powers. What the F***ck? Hee hee, little Miao Miao, you're the best. Lin Xian couldn't wait to give her a kiss on her delicate face. Wang Qianqian looked at them with a smile. Still pretending. These two were becoming more and more like Little Sweet. Then what will you give me? Miao Xiaomiao asked. Name whatever you want. To be honest, she didn't know what she wanted either. Money. She didn't need it. She didn't lack money. She didn't lack anything. But she couldn't give it to her for free, right? 10 million for the patent, then. Miao Xiaomiao said. She wouldn't cheat Lin Xian. 10 million for the patent was a fat piece of meat sent to her mouth. She would lose out. Think about it. If Miao Xiaomiao opened her own factory and sold it to the three major powers, the money she earned would be her own. Lin Xian. That won't do. I'll give you 5% of Xian Group's shares. Lin Xian said. Wang Chanqian opened her mouth slightly. 5% of Xian Group's shares? With the current momentum of the Xian Group, just for now, 5% of the shares would mean a few hundred million yuan in cash flow alone. With the start of this project, coupled with the development of the company itself, if there were no accidents, this 5% would be hundreds of billions or even trillions in the future. In this era, money was not too important to many people. In the past, there would be people who were unwilling to spend money to go to the hospital for a physical examination. But now, if you buy some of these things, it would be to save your life. In this era, with the threat of demon beasts, these things seem to have become a necessity. That's right, things like necessities were the most profitable, but why couldn't others earn them? That was because there was a lot of competition, and Lin Xian monopolized everything. I don't want it. Why would I want it? Miao Xiaomiao wrinkled her nose cutely. This was where they were cute. They really didn't care about money, which meant that they weren't materialistic. But I don't think 10 million yuan is enough. You're losing too much. How about this? I'll give you 5% of my shares. In these 2 days, I'll have Little Fairy draw up a share transfer contract for you. Remember to visit her when you're free and sign it while you're at it. Oh. Miao Xiaomiao then nodded. Okay, then I'll sort out all the information in these 2 days and hand it over to Sister Linya. But you need to mass produce. You might need hundreds of factories in a short period of time, if you're in a hurry. Lin Xian rubbed his chin. Hundreds of factories. That shouldn't be difficult. Also, you need to customize the equipment. That's not difficult. I have my ways. It was time for Murong Qing to show her effect again. You also need the main material, 4 towering ice crystals. The other auxiliary materials are easier to obtain. When the time comes, I'll give them all to Sister Linya. But she seems to be very busy. Why don't you find someone else to help take care of this business? Miao Xiaomiao asked. Lin Xian nodded. That's easy. Murong Qing just needs to take care of this. Then I'll go prepare. If there's nothing else, hurry up and leave. Miao Xiaomiao began to chase Lin Xian away. Actually, she wanted to spend more time with him. But she was at Sundara. That was how she was. What's the rush? Let's go. I'll take you out to play. I haven't taken you out in a long time. Today, I'll take you out to play. Okay then. Anyway, I'm quite tired from these few days of research. I'll go change. Miao Xiaomiao was very happy to hear Lin Xian's words. Then, she returned to her room. Wang Chanqian smiled at Lin Xian and said, What's wrong? You're dating Xiaomiao? Alu. Lin Xian scratched his head and turned away. This woman was really a sensitive creature. He had to admit that she was really scary in certain aspects. Sister Chanqian, what are you talking about? She's still young, right? Even if she's pretty, I can't be too much of a beast. Even if we're interested in her, we have to slow down, right? Lin Xian smiled. You haven't dated her yet. Why do I feel like you guys are dating? Wang Chanqian smiled. Damn. Sister Chanqian, how can you tell that we're dating? Lin Xian felt that he and Miao Xiaomiao were very secretive. A woman's intuition. Lin Xian was secretly shocked. This woman's intuition was really scary. Sister Chanqian often works here. Don't you want to go out to play? Wang Chanqian was someone Lin Xian respected. She had helped Lin Xian a lot. In Lin Xian's eyes, Wang Chanqian was his respected sister. Boyfriend? Sigh, I can't find one. Wang Chanqian smiled. She was quite pretty. Even though she wasn't a top beauty, she was still a beauty. It was impossible to not find one. You still can't find one to your liking, right? Do you want me to introduce you to someone? Lin Xian asked. I'm more of a homebody, so it doesn't matter. It's just that I've been bored recently. But if I can go out on missions normally, I won't be bored anymore. Grandpa Meow told me not to stay here too often. I'm not busy recently, but I don't have anywhere I want to go. Why don't I play with Xiao Meow here? It's good to help her out sometimes. I can also learn a lot from her. Wang Chanqian smiled. She was a very easygoing person. Then let's go out and play together. Nah, you two have fun. I won't be going. Wang Chanqian smiled meaningfully. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose and didn't insist. Meow Xiao Meow quickly changed into a beautiful dress. She was afraid of the cold, but she was very pretty. Let's go, let's go. Sister Chanqian, do you want to go out and play? Meow Xiao Meow didn't forget to ask Wang Chanqian. Chapter 742. She sighed in her heart. The gap between people was indeed huge. She had worked so hard to become rich, but Lin Xian had used such a short time to become rich. It wouldn't take long for him to surpass her as long as he developed normally. She had chosen Lin Xian and Ye Xian Group's potential, which was why she chose to stay here. Perhaps there were other reasons too. For example, she had good friends here, such as Lin Ye, Lin Xian, or others. She felt that being here was quite good, much more comfortable than being in Sky Capital. Lin Xian shook his head. Let's talk about that project after the new year. There's no rush. You're a businessman, so you should know better than me. Right now, Ye Xian Group's pure physique modification fluid and mental cultivation fluid are already so popular. If we develop other products too quickly, it will affect the previous products. They might even think that we're too slow in developing new products and doubt our ability. So let's not be too fast. Morong Qing nodded, then picked up some food for Dragony. That's true. But the project you want to do must be extremely popular, or even monopolized, right? Other than that, I can't think of anything else. Could it be that you've developed something else? Morong Qing's eyes lit up. Lin Xian said, a friend developed it. It's called a bubble gun. Morong Qing, you mean the kind of gun that blows bubbles with special detergent water? Lin Xian, holy shit. This girl's brain is a bit wired. But the name bubble gun did make people think that, but Lin Xian thought it was quite a good name. It was quite a childish name. Then Lin Xian took out Meow Xiao Meow's bubble gun and threw it to Morong Qing. Morong Qing reached out and caught it. This? She frowned. Bubble gun. It's made with a special principle. It doesn't cause any damage after hitting, but it has the same effect as a dark attribute martial artist. It lasts for 5 seconds. Under normal circumstances, it's effective against people below the domain realm. It's that powerful. Morong Qing was stunned for a moment before she fired a shot at Lin Xian without hesitation. Lin Xian. Damn it. Had he become a test subject? Then, Morong Qing saw Lin Xian's status and the faint blue light. You really can't move? Lin Xian glared at Morong Qing. 5 seconds later, the light dissipated. Lin Xian cracked his neck. If you don't believe me, why don't you try? The so-called effective below the domain realm was because once one reached the domain realm, they would be able to break free from it. Although Morong Qing was a heavenly venerate, as long as she didn't release her power, she would still be able to sense it. Alright, I'll try it myself. Then, Morong Qing threw the gun to Lin Xian. Lin Xian reloaded the gun and fired at Morong Qing. After experiencing it personally, Morong Qing's perception was even more accurate, and she was even more shocked. This is a good thing. Lin Xian nodded. Of course. If it wasn't good, why would I let you work on this project? What should I pay attention to? Then, Lin Xian told Morong Qing everything he knew. Your friend is really a genius. Morong Qing sighed. If you see her, you will be even more amazed. They had met before, but they weren't very familiar with each other. Morong Qing would never believe that a 15-year-old girl could come up with such a thing. How many of these guns can you make? Morong Qing asked curiously. It can be mass-produced. Tens of millions or even hundreds of millions. Morong Qing. She could already see the profits of this bubble gun. What about the cost? Less than 500 yuan. Morong Qing. She was convinced. She was completely convinced. She originally thought that this thing was very powerful and rare. Even if it could be produced, it shouldn't be in large quantities. She didn't expect that it could be mass-produced on such a scale, and the cost was so low that it was unimaginable. So, you want to do it? If you want to do it, I'll leave this project to you. Of course, you don't have to worry about such a small matter. Morong Qing smiled. Wow. This was a huge sum of money. Although she didn't have a lot of shares, but the profits were too exaggerated, and the market value was too terrifying. Once this project was completed, it would set off another wave of commotion. Oh right, mass production may require hundreds of factories and custom equipment. You can take care of this. It's a small matter. Morong Qing said. Also, I'm thinking of cooperating with the 3 major forces for this project. After all, they need armed forces. For the time being, we won't sell it on the mainland. After the 3 major forces are equipped, we will sell it. You are the executive of the Holy Sanctum, you should have a way, right? I think the 3 major forces won't reject this cooperation. Morong Qing looked at Lin Xian again. Your business acumen is not bad. Nonsense. Lin Xian rolled his eyes at Morong Qing. Morong Qing nodded. Okay, I'll get it done tomorrow. Let's settle the factories first. As for the blueprints, my friend will find you when the time comes. Okay. Morong Qing's eyes lit up. She wasn't a money grubber, but who would complain about having too much money? Although money wasn't as important as martial arts or spiritual weapons in this era, it was still indispensable. No matter how big a family was, they still needed to have enough money. Although she was earning her own money, the more money she had, the better it would be for her family. Then Lin Xian and Morong Qing continued to talk about this topic, filling in each other's details. Time slowly passed by, and Dragony was eating the delicious food the whole time. In her eyes, good food was everything. As long as there was enough food on the plate, she could eat until you couldn't continue the conversation. Lin Xian and Morong Qing chatted until midnight. Almost all of the dishes on the table were eaten by Dragony. Lin Xian and Morong Qing only occasionally ate and drank a few mouthfuls. Who would believe that a palm-sized stomach could eat a table full of delicacies? Humans couldn't do it anyway, because she was a dragon. What other abilities does Dragony have? Morong Qing was also surprised to see that Dragony could fly. She asked Lin Xian when she saw Dragony lying on the table and rubbing her tummy with a satisfied look on her face. Lin Xian shook his head. I don't know, but she can still breathe fire. There's no need to worry about Dragony's cultivation. The dragon orb she swallowed will automatically increase her strength. In other words, her strength will increase even if she sleeps every day. It's just that. Lin Xian didn't know if it's because her bloodline was too strong or because Dragony's realm was too high, but his spiritual eye couldn't see through her. She really is a mysterious girl. Chapter 743. Morong Qing felt helpless when she heard Lin Xian's words. He's been with this little girl for a few days now and he doesn't even know what she's capable of. Lin Xian felt wronged. You don't even know what she's capable of because even Dragony herself doesn't know. It's getting late. You should go back early. I'm going to rest. Let's go together. Lin Xian laughed. Wah wah wah. Big brother is going to bump into big sister again? Dragony clapped her hands as she sat on the table. Lin Xian, I say, you're not allowed to talk about this in the future. Lin Xian glared at her. Ugh. Dragony didn't know what it meant, but since Lin Xian told her not to talk about it, of course she would listen. Dragony won't talk about it anymore. She then flew towards Lin Xian and snuggled into his embrace. Oh. Even though Morong Qing hasn't been in a relationship before, she knows better than anyone else. Maybe Lin Ye and the rest wouldn't think in that direction, but Morong Qing did. Who did you bump into? Morong Qing asked with a smile on her face as she looked at Lin Xian. Lin Xian, F***ck. Don't talk nonsense, there's no such thing. Is that so? Ling Ying? Lin Xian then stood up. I'm not going to talk nonsense with you anymore, I'm leaving. Lin Xian then ran out of the room with his tail between his legs. Morong Qing looked at Lin Xian's back with a smile on her face. Which pretty girl did this little hooligan trick into sleeping with him? I'm really curious. Morong Qing muttered. Time slowly passed and it's been 10 days. Nothing much happened in these 10 days. Lin Xian wandered around the beauties and stayed in St. Brilliant's Academy. He didn't leave Lin and City. The matters of Art Xian Group were all handled by Lin Ye and Morong Qing. Lin Xian didn't ask about it at all. At most, he would ask Morong Qing about the progress of the project. Ling Ying and Han Chuxue hadn't comprehended the law yet. Lin Xian thought about asking Linglong Shui to bring them to that place. With their talent, they would definitely comprehend it, but during this period of time, Linglong Shui's attitude towards Lin Xian was a little different. It was a little cold. She would answer his questions, but it was just a little colder. He could clearly feel the change, but her favorability didn't decrease. He guessed that he had sex with her again. Her heart was in a mess. Therefore, Lin Xian was a little embarrassed to ask her for help, especially if it was to help other pretty girls. That would have the opposite effect, so Lin Xian didn't ask her for help. Today was the Sacred Brilliance Academy's competition. The competition was very simple. The beginner, intermediate, and advanced classes would compete separately. The top 10 would all have a chance to enter the mystic realm. Lin Xian wasn't too anxious. Although 10 days had passed, which meant that Linglong Shui and the others had less time to complete their mission, Lin Xian had earned quite a lot of Adonis points in these 10 days. It was just that. F***ck. It was almost the new year. It was already the end of December. It was the new year at the end of January this year. It was a month's time. What did the new year mean to Lin Xian? That's right. It was Ling Ying and Han Chushue's family matters. A son-in-law had come to visit. How cold would they look at him? When they arrived at Sacred Brilliance Academy, it was more lively today. The beginner, intermediate, and advanced classes were completely separated. They were competing in 3 different arenas. Lin Xian's law realm strength was definitely not a problem, but he was too slow. Lin Xian. Xiao Runing found Lin Xian and called him to the side. What's the matter, Miss Xiao? Xiao Runing said, It's like this. Although you're in my beginner class, the academy requires you to participate in the advanced classes competition. Be careful. There are many Thunder Tribulation Realm cultivators in the advanced class. She still didn't know that Lin Xian had advanced to the law realm. However, she wasn't worried. She was clear about Lin Xian's strength. She just knew that Lin Xian liked to cause trouble. It was better to remind him. Moreover, Thunder Tribulation Realm cultivators weren't weak. Then, my dear Xiao Ningning, will you come and watch me compete? Lin Xian said with a grin. Xiao Runing secretly touched her forehead. This bastard was serious for less than 2 seconds. No. Scram. With that, Xiao Runing walked away. Lin Xian shrugged his shoulders and went to the advanced classes arena. The registration had ended a few days ago. Now, it was just a simple matter of everyone arriving and going to the arena to draw lots. There were a total of more than 300 people participating in the advanced classes competition. Now, they were basically sitting in the audience seats and waiting for the next step. Therefore, Lin Xian was considered late. Lin Xian was now a well-known figure in St. Brilliance Academy. There was no one who did not know of him. The moment he arrived, everyone's attention was on him. Lin Xian. Ling Ying saw Lin Xian and waved at him. Lin Xian sat next to Ling Ying under everyone's envious eyes. Wang Haiyang was sitting next to Han Chuxue. Wang Haiyang was really uncomfortable. After so long, he felt that the distance between him and Han Chuxue hadn't narrowed at all. There was no progress at all. Looking at Lin Xian holding hands with Ling Ying, he was so envious. He didn't know how far they had progressed. Ah, so envious. Young Master Wang, are you also participating? Lin Xian asked. Wang Haiyang then said, "Oh, I'm from the backyard. Actually, I'm also part of the advanced class. I've also signed up. If I want to participate, then I'll participate. If I don't want to participate, then so be it." Many masters in the backyard have signed up. It's just for fun. If I lose, I'll definitely lose to those juniors. Consider it as teaching them. The advancement quota for the backyard doesn't conflict with the advanced class. So it doesn't matter. Lin Xian smiled. This was really interesting. But, wasn't this too slow? Not far away, Xiao Xingyue and Gong Sun Jun were sitting together. They were also participating in this competition. It was considered a friendly competition. Of course, they were going to the secret territory. However, Xiao Xinyue's gaze would always sweep past Lin Xian. At this time, Lin Xian received a message from Morong Qing. The instrument was finished and she wanted him to go with her to the site to evaluate it. Now, everyone come to the stage to draw lots. Prepare for the competition immediately, a mentor from Sacred Brilliance Academy said. Then, Lin Xian and the others went to the stage. Mentor. After everyone had drawn their lots, Lin Xian's sudden words caused everyone to look at him one after another. Lin Xian, what do you want? This mentor also knew Lin Xian. His strength had beaten up Liao Zhibong. Of course, it would attract attention. Lin Xian said, I have something to do today. So, I suggest that you let me finish the competition so that I can do my work. But the competition is to draw lots. How can you finish the competition directly? Lin Xian said, It's simple. I'll be the champion of the arena. You guys can come and fight with me until no one dares to come up. Then, I'll definitely be in the top 10, right? Lin Xian's words caused an uproar. Chapter 744. Ling Ying and Han Chuxue looked at each other and secretly shook their heads. This bastard was still so ostentatious. It was not that Lin Xian was ostentatious, but he really had something to do. Morong Qing asked him to look at the equipment. Although he could look at it later, everyone would gather there in a while. How long would the competition take? There were 300 to 400 people, and it was an elimination system. A conservative estimate was that the competition would end in the afternoon. So, this Lin Xian is too arrogant, isn't he? Who does he think he is? A single elimination tournament? He's going to be the champion? I admit that he's pretty strong, but there are a lot of strong students in the advanced class. They're all participating in this competition for the sake of entering the secret territory. That's the same as the students from the back of the class. Lin Xian might win in a one-on-one battle, but if it's a one-on-one battle, he'll definitely be defeated. He's just being pretentious. Let's see how he ends up. Those people discussed animatedly. This young Master Lin is too arrogant, isn't he? Wang Haiyang said beside Han Chuxue. Han Chuxue nodded. He is a little arrogant. On the other side, Gong Sun Jun sneered. Xingyue, watch carefully later. This Lin Xian might be something, but let's see how he'll be defeated. There are at least a few dozen 5-star Thunder Tribulation Realm cultivators in our Saint Brilliance Academy. Even if he can defeat 5 or 8 of them, can he get into the top 10? If he fights normally, I'm afraid this won't happen. But now that he's so arrogant, we have to show him who's the boss. Do you want to fight later? Gong Sun Jun looked at Xiao Xingyue. Xiao Xingyue looked at Lin Xian with her beautiful eyes. She pondered for a moment and did not answer. Ling Ying sighed. If he wants to play, then let him play. After all, he's in the law realm. Isn't it easy to deal with them? Tag team battles don't matter, and there's still the spirit recovery pill. Agreed. Agree to let him be the champion. Yes, Instructor Chen, let him be the champion. Agree to his request. That's right, that's right. This group of people really couldn't stand Lin Xian's pretentious act anymore. They definitely wanted to beat him black and blue. He wanted to be the champion? In the advanced class of the St. Brilliance Academy, the experts in the backyard were not to be trifled with. How many of them could match up to him? Even if you were strong and won, how many of them could you beat? Moreover, their most powerful Xiao Xinyue, Gong Sun Jun, had yet to fight with Lin Xian. Lin Xian pursed his lips. Was he wrong? No, he just wanted to finish the fight and get down to business. The competition between the advanced classes was definitely the focus of the academy. Even the headmaster and vice-headmaster of the St. Brilliance Academy were the judges. When they saw this scene, they were also helpless. Especially when the surrounding crowd was riled up, they all hoped that they would agree to Lin Xian's request. They discussed among themselves for a while and then nodded. Then, the headmaster of the St. Brilliance Academy said, "Lin Xian, are you sure you still want to persist? Maybe you just joined the St. Brilliance Academy, so you don't really understand the strength of the advanced classes and the martial artists in the backyard. I can give you a chance to change your mind." Lin Xian pondered for a while and then said, "Not changing classes?" Everyone, "Wow. Too arrogant. Too arrogant. Beat him up. Beat him to death. Let him come. F***ku. Let him come." The dean was also very helpless before he said, "All right, since there is a student who has the courage to make such a request, as the student's teacher, the dean, I am very gratified and also very impressed. However, I hope that you have the strength to do so. If that is the case, then you, Lin Xian, will become the champion of the advanced class competition stage. From now on, anyone can challenge you. If you defeat everyone, this dean will directly give you first place." Lin Xian said, "Thank you, headmaster, for granting my wish." The surrounding people were all excited. They must beat him up. As for the experts who had reached the Thunder Tribulation Realm, they were also excited because Lin Xian was too famous in the St. Brilliance Academy. They also wanted to defeat Lin Xian and let the girls around him know that Lin Xian was nothing special. They were better than Lin Xian. Wang Haiyang seemed to be on Lin Xian's side, but in fact, he was gloating. That's right, he wanted Lin Xian to be humiliated because he was jealous. Why could you get Ling Ying, but he still couldn't get Han Chuxue? Lin Xian then looked at the 300 people around him and said, "What are you still looking at? This is my territory. Come up one by one. Why don't you go down?" Everyone, "Wow. This bastard is too arrogant. He was too arrogant. Do you want to fight him?" Ling Ying asked Han Chuxue as they walked down. "I can't beat him," Han Chuxue said straightforwardly. "Ling Ying, I think so. Didn't he say that he had comprehended the law? It seems to be a very powerful law of creation. We definitely can't beat him. Forget it, let's not fight. Let's watch the show." Then, everyone heard Lin Xian's words and walked down angrily. Although Gong Sun Jun said that he was awesome in front of Xiao Xinyue, he definitely didn't dare to be the first to fight Lin Xian because he really didn't have the confidence to win against Lin Xian. Moreover, previously, his father had sent out powerhouses to assassinate Lin Xian and the others. There was even a celestial venerable realm powerhouse who came out of nowhere. In the end, all of them disappeared without a trace. It was obvious that they had been silenced. Killed by Lin Xian. He thought that it was definitely impossible. There must have been some unknown accident midway. However, he still had to be careful. At the very least, he didn't have the confidence to win against Lin Xian. Therefore, he needed others to go up first and exhaust Lin Xian's physical strength and spiritual power. Only when he felt that he could win would he go up. "Come on." Lin Xian stood on the battle stage and glanced at everyone. He said lightly, but no one moved. "That's right. Although everyone felt indignant, they also knew that Lin Xian was indeed powerful. Moreover, he had a powerful spatial attribute. Whoever went up first would be courting death unless they were very confident in their own strength. "I'll go." A voice suddenly sounded, and then Liao Zhibang walked up. The audience suddenly burst into applause and cheers. Although Liao Zhibang lost to Lin Xian before, everyone knew that he actually lost to the spatial attribute. Liao Zhibang felt that there was no substantial gap between himself and Lin Xian. He felt that he could win against Lin Xian. Only by defeating Lin Xian himself could he regain his face. He wanted to let Ling Ying see what kind of trash the boyfriend she chose was. "Oh, long time no see." Lin Xian smiled. Liao Zhibang's expression wasn't very good. He then directly said to Lin Xian, "Lin Xian, I didn't accept that you defeated me at that time. Now, it's daytime. As everyone knows, daytime is when the dark attribute is weak, and it doesn't affect your spatial attribute. Therefore, I won't use my dark attribute, and you won't use your spatial attribute. Let's have a real fight and see who's stronger and who's weaker." Chapter 745. It had to be said that he would not allow himself to be at a disadvantage. If it was at night, he would not dare to be the first to come up even if he had a certain amount of confidence in his dark attribute. But now, he had said that both of them would give up their elemental powers, so he was confident that he could beat Lin Xian. If Lin Xian refused, Lin Xian would be ridiculed. No matter what, he would not lose. On the other side, Lu Yufan, Yi Yi, and Wang Xintong ran over hand in hand because they saw the news on their phones. Lin Xian was actually the champion. There were many students in their beginner class who would fight for 2 days. They also started later, so they came to watch when they had time. Not only them, but many people from the intermediate and beginner classes also came. In such a small place, a few shouts in the group spread very quickly. "Look, Lin Xian. He's really the champion of the arena." Lu Yufan especially admired him. "Lin Xian must be super powerful now." Yi Yi said. "Senior Ling Ying and the others are over there. Let's go watch together." Hearing Liao Zhibang's words, Lin Xian smiled. "Sure. Do you have any other requests? Tell me all of them now, or don't regret it later." Lin Xian said. Liao Zhibang snorted coldly. "Of course not. Then let's start." Lin Xian twisted his neck and said. Whoosh, then, Liao Zhibang broke out his 8-star Thunder Tribulation Realm. Liao Zhibang is actually at the 8-star Thunder Tribulation Realm. It seems that he has been training himself for the past half a month. No wonder I haven't seen him in the academy for the past half a month. It turns out that he went to improve himself. If that's the case, Lin Xian might not be able to beat him. It's best if that's the case. Of course he can't beat him. Without the space attribute, what can Lin Xian use to fight? Alright, he also has the thunder attribute. It's really infuriating to compare with others. Don't worry, he won't use the lightning attribute because he will be laughed at if he uses it. Lin Xian raised his eyebrows. The 8 stars of the Thunder Tribulation Realm was indeed something, but it was nothing much. Schwa. Following that, Lin Xian also released his own aura. What? 8 stars of the Thunder Tribulation Realm? This Lin Xian is also at the 8 stars of the Thunder Tribulation Realm? There's no need to be too surprised, right? After all, Lin Xian and Liao Zhibang were at the same cultivation level before, so it's reasonable for them to still be at the same cultivation level after the same amount of time. Then without the space attribute, he's just waiting to lose. Although Liao Zhibang doesn't use the dark attribute, he is an agility-type martial artist. He has an advantage. Lin Xian did not release too powerful of an aura because he did not want the people outside to know that he was a 4-star Lower Realm adept. This way, the people who wanted to kill him in secret would continue to send Lower Realm adepts who thought they could kill him to their deaths. Wouldn't that be perfect? Why did he release the power of the Thunder Tribulation Realm? Lu Yufan asked doubtfully. As the few girls that Lin Xian trusted the most, they naturally knew about Lin Xian's cultivation level, but they would not tell anyone. Ling Ying smiled and said, "Because he's going to show off." "Man, pfft." Lu Yufan spat. "I didn't expect you to also be at the 8 stars of the Thunder Tribulation Realm, but without the space attribute, what are you? This young master can fight across realms as easily as eating and drinking. You really can't do it when we're at the same realm," Liao Zhibong said ruthlessly to Lin Xian. Oh! Hearing Liao Zhibong's words, the crowd cheered, especially the screams of the group of girls, which were simply ear-piercing. "One move." Lin Xian didn't say much. He just said this in an indifferent tone. Everyone was dumbfounded. It seemed that Liao Zhibong's ruthless words were very imposing, but Lin Xian's 2 simple words completely crushed him in terms of confidence and momentum. Pfft. One move? Ha ha ha, this Lin Xian is really pretentious. How can this Lin Xian defeat Liao Zhibong in one move when they're at the same realm? Ha ha ha, let's see how he'll be slapped in the face. Sure. It was not that Lin Xian was annoying, there were so many people who wanted to see Lin Xian embarrass himself, but it was precisely because Lin Xian was too outstanding that those people were jealous of Lin Xian, jealous of his attributes, jealous of his strength, jealous of him finding such a beautiful girlfriend. Because of jealousy, they wanted to see him make a fool of himself. Liao Zhibong was also stunned for a moment, then he could not help but laugh. One move? This was probably the funniest joke he had ever heard. Yes, if you had the spatial attribute, you could defeat him in one move, because you could directly teleport him off the stage, then you would lose. But you can't use it, then what right do you have to say one move? And he thought that Lin Xian's words were precisely to dig a hole for him, Lin Xian. Since he said this but could not do it, then even if he won, it would be embarrassing because he did not do it, and if he lost, it would be even more embarrassing. Then I want to see how you're going to defeat me in one move. Take this. Falling Star Fall. Liao Zhibong roared. The power of an 8-star Thunder Tribulation Realm exploded, like a violent storm, and blasted towards Lin Xian. In the eyes of the surrounding people, this Liao Zhibong's aura was so powerful that it was a problem whether or not Lin Xian could block it, and he still wanted to defeat him in one move? The corner of Lin Xian's mouth curled up slightly, then, the sound of fists colliding rang out. Then, a figure flew out and crashed heavily outside of the stage. Hua! This scene caused everyone to be in an uproar. They were all shocked, and all of them were in disbelief, because Liao Zhibong was really blasted down by Lin Xian in one move, defeated in one move. This move might not have caused any substantial damage to him, but he was sent flying, like a kite with a broken string. This. How did he do it? This Lin Xian's strength is too strong, isn't it? Liao Zhibong even used a martial skill, they are in the same realm. How can Lin Xian be able to smash him down with one punch? If he wanted to do this, his strength would definitely be able to crush Liao Zhibong. However, Lin Xian was not a strength-type martial artist. Even if he was, it would be impossible for him to do this at the same level. I'm really stunned. Actually, Lin Xian's method was very simple. It was the same logic as when he fought with a group of people at Tianhua Academy. On the surface, he used the power of an 8-star Thunder Tribulation Realm, but in fact, he had a higher realm. His confidence was there, and then he secretly exchanged for an attribute that doubled his strength. With this doubling, wouldn't he be able to crush someone in the same realm? Then he would really be able to casually blast Liao Zhibong down. Lin Xian had only used the power of an 8-star Thunder Tribulation Realm, but it had only doubled. This scene also shocked the group of mentors. And those who wanted to see Lin Xian make a fool of himself did not know what to do. Sorry, I have great strength, I was born with it. Lin Xian grinned at Liao Zhibong, who was crawling up from below. Chapter 746. Everyone was stunned. Born with greater strength? What the F***ck are you scolding him for? Most importantly, everyone was astonished. How could 2 martial artists of the same realm have such a huge difference in strength? Moreover, everyone had seen that Liao Zhibong had even used martial arts techniques. Lin Xian's physique and attributes made it clear that he was not a strength-based martial artist. Even if he was, he would not have been able to defeat his opponent so easily even if they were of the same level. This was simply too inconceivable. Liao Zhibong's expression was simply too ugly. He did not expect to lose like this, to be defeated by Lin Xian in one move. I just wasn't prepared. Let's do it again. Liao Zhibong gritted his teeth and stood up. He had to give himself a way out. Lin Xian laughed. I say, young Master Liao, let's not fight anymore. I'm in a hurry. Moreover, you weren't prepared? If it was a normal battle, you would already be dead. How could the others not see that Liao Zhibong was not prepared? Of course, he was prepared. He even used martial arts, but he was still defeated in one move. What kind of logic was this? Lin Xian then glanced at the people around him and said, "Next." Liao Zhibong pointed at Lin Xian and said angrily, "Lin Xian, do you not dare to fight with me?" Lin Xian smiled mockingly. The loser has no right to speak. Next. F***ck. Liao Zhibong. Seeing this scene, the dean also said, "A loss is a loss. Don't break the rules." Now, the others can still challenge Lin Xian. Liao Zhibong then angrily swung his hand and walked away. He walked to a corner and sat down. That's right, he did not leave because he wanted to see Lin Xian get beaten up with his own eyes. Strange, why is Lin Xian so strong in the same realm? This was something that everyone was puzzled about. Even Gong Sun Jun was puzzled. Then, he looked around and walked towards Liao Zhibong in the corner. On the other hand, Lin Xian's side had welcomed a new challenger. They were all unconvinced, and some of them even wondered if Liao Zhibong and Lin Xian were having a fake match. Were they acting? How could someone of the same cultivation level be knocked down by a single punch? I say, young Master Liao, what's the situation? Why was he knocked down by a single punch? Gong Sun Jun smiled as he sat beside Liao Zhibong. Why don't you try? Liao Zhibong's expression was extremely ugly. Of course I'm going. Isn't that why I'm asking you for some experience? Although I'm a 9-star Thunder Tribulation Realm cultivator, Lin Xian's strength is indeed beyond my expectations. What do you think? Normally, Liao Zhibong would be too lazy to talk to Gong Sun Jun because he was very unhappy. However, there was one very important point, because he stayed to see Lin Xian get defeated. Among all the people present, Gong Sun Jun's strength was only below Xiao Xinyue's. He was one of the few people who had the ability to defeat Lin Xian. Liao Zhibong then said, "This Lin Xian is an 8-star Thunder Tribulation Realm cultivator, but anyone with a bit of brain knows that it's impossible for an 8-star Thunder Tribulation Realm cultivator to crush someone of the same cultivation level. Therefore, I thought of 2 possibilities." Go ahead. Gong Sun Jun listened carefully to Liao Zhibong's words. Liao Zhibong then said, "Either he released a martial skill, which is the kind of martial skill that secretly increases his own strength, and because of this, he tricked me, or it's some kind of spirit artifact that increases his strength. There are only these 2 possibilities." Gong Sun Jun fell into deep thought. The possibility of it being a martial skill is very low. This kind of martial skill that can increase one's attribute is very rare, let alone increase one's strength by so much. Therefore, it should be a spiritual tool. Liao Zhibong said, "In short, if you fight with Lin Xian, don't fight with him directly like I did. He must have activated his spiritual tool at the beginning, but it won't last long. You just need to avoid it." Gong Sun Jun patted Liao Zhibong's shoulder and said, "Don't worry, let this young master take revenge for you." After saying that, he walked away confidently. One move. On the other side, Lin Xian faced a 7-star Thunder Tribulation Realm martial artist and said those 2 words again in an indifferent tone. "This young master doesn't believe that you can defeat me in one move." Light of thunder. The cultivator's body erupted with the power of thunder. He was not of the dark attribute, so he should be able to use the same attribute as Lin Xian. Thunder. Lin Xian saw the crackling thunder and the corners of his mouth rose slightly. Since he wanted to compete in thunder, then let's compete in thunder. Thunderclap transformation. Boom. Lin Xian's body was also entwined with thunder. This thunderclap transformation was a martial skill given to him by Han Chushue's mother. No matter what, it was still an Earth-grade martial skill. In terms of aura, Lin Xian had a complete advantage because this was the difference between purple thunder and ordinary blue thunder. Boom! Following that, the two thunderbolts collided and the ground of the entire martial arts arena was lifted up, sending sand and stones flying. Plop! Then the 7-star Thunder Tribulation Realm Cultivator's figure flew out and crashed to the ground. He spat out a mouthful of blood, but it was not fatal. Why? Your realm is only one level higher than mine. I also used an Earth-grade martial skill. Why can you defeat me so easily? He could not understand. Why? Because of the difference in thunder. Lin Xian said with a smile. This Lin Xian is really a genius. Space and purple thunder dual attributes. When he grows up in the future, his future is limitless. The dean and the others were also whispering, expressing their satisfaction. And this scene, when Gong Sun Jun saw it, he was actually excited. Beautiful. Gong Sun Jun praised in his heart. It did not matter if these people were defeated, as long as he could win, then what was their use now? Consume Lin Xian's spirit power. Since Lin Xian used an Earth-grade martial skill, he must have consumed a lot of spirit power. The people after him would consume some of his spirit power. At this time, Lin Xian was still constantly crushing people. Everyone hoped that someone would come out and defeat Lin Xian. Then, Gong Sun Jun could go on stage. Gong Sun Jun had been beside those who were stronger, encouraging them to make a move. In addition, Lin Xian was really arrogant, so they could not stand the incitement. However, they felt that they were not much worse than Lin Xian. It was mainly because of this reason that they went up one by one. Next, Lin Xian said indifferently. That's right, so far, Lin Xian had defeated 7 martial artists who were at least 6 stars of the Thunder Tribulation Realm. And all of them were in one move. Everyone couldn't understand. Why? You might not be able to compete with other attributes in terms of strength, but there was a metal attribute martial artist who was at least 6 stars of the Thunder Tribulation Realm. Even he was unable to compete with him in terms of strength. This was a bit inconceivable. Gong Sun Jun looked around. It seemed that no other experts dared to go up. Lin Xian had already defeated 7 people and used 5 martial skills. He should have consumed a lot of spirit power, right? Gong Sun Jun hesitated for a moment and decided to go up. It was time. However, at this time, Xiao Xinyue, who was sitting beside him, stood up and walked over. Chapter 747. When Xiao Xinyue walked up, countless cheers and applause sounded from the surroundings. Xiao Xinyue was the strongest in their school. Perhaps only she or Gong Sun Jun could defeat Lin Xian. When Xiao Xinyue appeared, they could almost see Lin Xian's miserable defeat. Gong Sun Jun frowned. This was not good. Xiao Xinyue was stronger than him. Gong Sun Jun admitted this, but not by much. Normally, he would think that they would be evenly matched. He believed that with Xiao Xinyue's strength, there was a high possibility that she could defeat Lin Xian. However, she had already gone up. He couldn't go up at this time, right? However, if he defeated Lin Xian, then so be it. It was just that he wasn't the one who defeated Lin Xian. However, if Xiao Xinyue didn't defeat Lin Xian, Gong Sun Jun hoped that this would be the case. With her strength, she could definitely consume more of Lin Xian's spiritual power and physical strength. At that time, he would definitely win. Please advise me. Xiao Xinyue walked in front of Lin Xian and said indifferently. She wasn't targeting Lin Xian. She just felt that Lin Xian was really strong. She was a proud person. The stronger he was, the more she wanted to fight. No. I don't hit women. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose and said to her, "Do you want to rest for a while to replenish your spiritual power?" Xiao Xinyue acted as if she didn't hear Lin Xian's words and asked indifferently. Lin Xian. Lin Xian was also helpless. Why did this girl come over to cause trouble? He could only fight. No need. It's just a group of small fries. It won't consume much spiritual power. Lin Xian said indifferently. F***ck your mother. Lin Xian's words immediately made those who lost to Lin Xian curse. This bastard was too arrogant. Xin Yue, beat him up for us. Yes, goddess, beat him to death. Is he a grass tower? A group of people below shouted angrily. Ling Ying secretly shook his head. Isn't this deliberately drawing hatred? They were used to it. Xiao Xinyue's delicate body then exploded with a burst of cold energy. She also couldn't understand how Lin Xian could so easily defeat cultivators of the same realm, or even those who were just a little bit lower than him. Moreover, it was always with a single move. She couldn't win in terms of strength, nor could she win in terms of martial skills, so she wanted to try. As a 9-star Thunder Tribulation Realm cultivator, she felt that she could give it a try. Hey, let me ask you a question before we fight. Lin Xian asked Xiao Xinyue. Speak. Do you think I'm awesome? Everyone. Hearing Lin Xian's words, everyone was dumbfounded. The surroundings instantly quieted down. After a few seconds, the surroundings suddenly exploded. F***ck. Is Lin Xian flirting with Xiao Xinyue? The F***ck? Flirting with Xiao Xinyue in front of Gong Sun Jun and her boyfriend? What the hell? I'm convinced. This Lin Xian is really arrogant. Ling Ying was also very angry. Bastard, bastard, bastard. Stupid hooligan, shameless bastard. Ling Ying kept muttering. Senior Ling Ying, why are you angry? Why did those people say that Lin Xian was flirting with Senior Xiao Xinyue? Lu Yufan asked, puzzled. She might understand, but she really didn't think in that direction. Hearing Lu Yufan's question, Ling Ying really didn't know how to explain it to Lu Yufan. Crack, crack, crack. Gong Sun Jun clenched his fists. What was Lin Xian trying to do? Flirting with Xiao Xinyue in front of him? Lin Xian, what are you trying to do? Gong Sun Jun had to stand up at this time, or he would be ridiculed. Lin Xian had a very innocent expression. What did I do? I just asked Xinyue about the scene where I defeated one person in one move. I asked her if I was awesome. What did I do? Lin Xian spread his hands and said, You. Hearing Lin Xian's words, Gong Sun Jun didn't know what to say for a moment. That better be the case, he said coldly and then sat down. Then Lin Xian continued to ask Xiao Xinyue with a smile. Xinyue, tell me, do you think I'm awesome? Everyone. F***ck your mother. This was definitely intentional. The surrounding people were about to die of laughter. They didn't think highly of Gong Sun Jun because they were jealous of him and Lin Xian, but if there was a conflict between the two, they would be the most excited. On the other side, Xiao Runing just came over and heard this sentence. Then, she helplessly shook her head. This bastard. Of course, Xiao Xinyue also understood Lin Xian's meaning, but Lin Xian saved her life. She said faintly, Let's fight. That's right, she didn't answer Lin Xian. She was too lazy to answer and didn't know how to answer. Should she answer C? Or awesome? Men, as expected, were not good things. Lin Xian shrugged his shoulders. With just one sentence, Lin Xian received millions of Adonis points. This came from Ling Ying and the others' displeasure, including flirting with Xiao Xinyue. But more importantly, the Adonis points came from Ding. Flirting with Xiao Xinyue in front of her boyfriend. Adonis points plus 2 million. Would Lin Xian be a fool if he didn't earn Adonis points? And now, he really needed Adonis points. 10 days had passed since Lin Xian exchanged for Linglong Shue's quest. Now, Linglong Shue's quest was less than 20 days away. When the time came, he would definitely exchange for more. On the other hand, he still needed chalcedony liquid to make medicine. Oh my god. It wasn't enough. Lin Xian couldn't remember how long it had been since he last used the big prize wheel. Now that the big prize wheel spun for millions of Adonis points, Lin Xian was reluctant to use it. Although it was possible to get something very powerful, it was also possible to get nothing. A layer of ice had formed on the ground of the arena. It was enough to show how important this battle was to Xiao Xinyue. She hoped to meet an expert and improve herself. Lin Xian's aura was also soaring. "Why didn't you say one move?" Xiao Xinyue asked. Lin Xian said, "I think that I should be gentler to a beautiful woman. It's not gentlemanly to defeat you in one move. Do you like a gentleman like me?" Everyone was speechless. Wow! Is Lin Xian doing this on purpose? Does he have a grudge against Gong Sun Jun? Otherwise, why would he flirt with Xiao Xinyue again and again? He's obviously flirting with Xiao Xinyue for Gong Sun Jun to see. Speaking of which, I remember the incident that happened at Gong Sun Jun's birthday party 10 days ago. Lin Xian and Xiao Xinyue went on a date. In the end, it didn't happen, but I keep feeling that something is wrong. It can't be a groundless rumor, right? It's better not to spread this kind of rumor. There's no evidence. However, after seeing Lin Xian's abnormal behavior today, I think it's very possible. Tell me, Lin Xian can chase Ling Ying in such a short time. Although the goddess Xiao Xinyue is Gong Sun Jun's girlfriend, does Lin Xian have the ability to make her cuckold Gong Sun Jun? I think he has the ability to do so. Also, did you notice? I've never seen Gong Sun Jun and Xiao Xinyue holding hands. Xiao Xinyue seems to be indifferent to Gong Sun Jun. They don't look like a couple at all. Chapter 748. When Gong Sun Jun heard the discussions around him, his expression turned extremely ugly. As a man, he felt very uncomfortable. However, Lin Xian's words made it difficult for him to get angry. Although everyone seemed to understand, Lin Xian could still explain. Therefore, he could only endure for the time being. Xiao Xinyue did not want to continue talking to Lin Xian because she already felt that the atmosphere around her was not right. In the next instant, she suddenly increased her speed and rushed toward Lin Xian, taking the initiative to attack. Xiao Xinyue was definitely powerful. There was no doubt about this. Otherwise, it would be impossible for her to obtain first place in the Sky Martial Assembly in the huge Lin and city. In the same realm, it would not be easy for Lin Xian to defeat her, but Lin Xian was not in the Thunder Tribulation realm. Swish swish swish, Lin Xian did not launch any attacks. He simply relied on his speed and space attribute to constantly dodge. I said, don't be angry. I don't mean anything else. Besides, you haven't answered me yet. If you don't answer me when I ask you, you're being rude. Lin Xian continued to talk to Xiao Xinyue as he dodged. Gong Sun Jun clenched his fists. I'll let you be arrogant. Now that you're constantly using the space attribute to teleport, your spiritual power consumption is naturally extremely fast. Even if Xinyue loses to you, this young master will still torture you. Gong Sun Jun grumbled angrily. Xiao Xinyue frowned. The space attribute was really powerful. If she did not want to fight, simply dodging with the space attribute would consume a lot of her physical strength. However, as a martial artist in this realm, her physical strength consumption would definitely not be as fast as releasing the space attribute's spiritual power consumption. If she insisted on fighting like this, under normal circumstances, Lin Xian would definitely be the first to lose. However, Lin Xian did not care, because his spiritual energy was at the level of 4 stars of the Law Realm. Even if Gong Sun Jun slowly consumed his spiritual energy, he would not run out. Thus, Gong Sun Jun's plan was destined to fail. Look at you. I've helped you several times, and now you're helping those people beat me up. Are you biting the hand that feeds you? Lin Xian kept talking like crazy, disturbing Xiao Xinyue. I just want to fight with you. Xiao Xinyue's aura was constantly released as she continuously attacked Lin Xian. Lin Xian was constantly dodging. If you really want to fight me, we have plenty of time. Do you have to do it now? Sigh. Xiao Xinyue saw that Lin Xian was constantly dodging and was unable to attack him. She thought for a moment, and her delicate body exploded with a terrifying cold energy. The entire arena was covered by this cold energy. Then, countless ice crystals formed in the arena, crazily attacking Lin Xian. Even if Lin Xian could teleport, it would be of no use. There was no place for him to teleport to. Wow! The goddess was indeed amazing. With the strength of this move, I'm afraid it's almost capable of insta-killing someone of the same realm, right? It's definitely an Earth Stage Starlight martial skill. The lowest was Earth rank 8 stars. If I was in there, I would have turned into an ice sculpture in an instant and then been cut apart. It's mainly because Lin Xian's words might have angered the goddess. Gong Sun Jun saw this scene and sneered. This move was very powerful, especially in this kind of arena. The terrain was so small that you couldn't dodge it. You could only forcefully defend. But to forcefully defend against this kind of power, you would have to consume a lot of spiritual power. That's right, but Lin Xian was definitely forcefully defending. However, it was too easy for him to defend because of his strength. The terrifying power crazily attacked Lin Xian, but Lin Xian's body was surrounded by energy, blocking all the attacks. When the ice energy dissipated, Lin Xian stood there steadily. Xiao Xinyue frowned. She knew that this move of hers wouldn't be able to do anything to Lin Xian, but she didn't expect him to be fine. Was his defense that strong? Little Xinyue, I won't drag it out with you. I still have things to do, so let's end this battle. Lin Xian grinned at Xiao Xinyue. Xiao Xinyue frowned. Then, she felt that she was being controlled by a space force. In the next moment, Xiao Xinyue disappeared from the arena and arrived outside the arena. Space jump. Forcefully sending Xiao Xinyue off the arena and leaving the arena proved that she had lost. Everyone in the surroundings made a shu sound. That's it? He couldn't win, so he sent her out? Isn't that too cowardly? I thought that this Lin Xian was very powerful. So it's not that he couldn't win against the new moon goddess. He couldn't win, so he sent her out of the arena? Damn. Don't talk nonsense if you don't know anything, okay? Do you think that the space attribute is invincible? Any space effect of the space attribute can be forcefully broken. It's the same for the time attribute. It's just that the new moon goddess couldn't break free from Lin Xian's space jump. Xiao Xinyue didn't expect it to end like this. However, she didn't understand. She was a 9-star while Lin Xian was an 8-star. Why couldn't she break free? Could it be that he's not an 8-star Thunder Tribulation Realm cultivator? Xiao Xinyue suddenly thought of this possibility. It was the only explanation that made sense to her. She thought about it. Since this Lin Xian dared to say such a thing, either he was extremely confident in his own strength, or his realm was very high. Before she fought with Lin Xian, she didn't quite understand. However, after fighting with him, she roughly understood something. The others also had different opinions about Lin Xian. They felt that it was too boring for him to use the space attribute to send Xiao Xinyue off the arena. Wasn't that too cowardly? Lin Xian didn't want to hurt Xiao Xinyue. How could Xiao Xinyue defeat him in a normal fight? After all, their realms were different. The others were defeated by Lin Xian in one move, but they were more or less injured. After all, although Xiao Xinyue wasn't his now, she might be his in the future. He still had to take good care of her. Is there anyone else? If there's no one else, I'm going to get busy. Lin Xian glanced at the crowd and said. Whoosh! Gong Sun Jun jumped directly onto the arena and stood in front of Lin Xian. Gong Sun Jun's appearance was immediately greeted with cheers and screams. Firstly, he was very famous. Secondly, Xiao Xinyue was his girlfriend. Lin Xian also flirted with Xiao Xinyue before. Everyone wanted to see the battle between Lin Xian and Gong Sun Jun because he had another identity. That was Xiao Xinyue's boyfriend. It would be very interesting. Xiao Xinyue walked to the sidelines and looked at the arena. She already knew who would win and who would lose. It was just a matter of how long and how they would win or lose. However, although she was Gong Sun Jun's girlfriend, she didn't feel worried or regretful. She felt that there was no fluctuation in her heart, regardless of whether he won or lost. Therefore, Xiao Xinyue didn't understand why she agreed to be his girlfriend at that time. It was because he had pursued her for a long time. It was because he saved her. Chapter 749. Lin Xian, I originally wanted to be the first to fight you, but I never found a chance. Now that your game is over, you can only blame yourself for being too arrogant. You've already lost. But it's not shameful for you to lose to me, Gong Sun Jun. Because I'm the same as you, a dual attribute possessor. With that, two forces erupted from Gong Sun Jun's body. One was the toughest metal, and the other was wind. The metal attribute gave a martial artist unimaginable defensive and offensive power, while the wind attribute gave a martial artist speed and agility. The combination of the two was indeed a perfect combination. Lin Xian couldn't help but laugh. Originally, you wanted to be the first to fight me, but you never found a chance? Lin Xian then laughed loudly. What are you laughing at? Gong Sun Jun glared at Lin Xian. Lin Xian said, I'm laughing. What an interesting thing you're saying. I fought 8 matches in the past, and you could have jumped onto the stage to fight me whenever there was a gap in between any of the matches. You could have even said that you could go first. Furthermore, there was plenty of time between the 2 matches. There was even a match where no one came up to challenge me for a PK for 3 minutes. The dean had even said that he was prepared to let me defend my title as the champion of the tournament. So where did this line of "you never found a chance to fight me" come from? You want to act cool, right? How could Lin Xian possibly allow you to install this B*****? Oh right. Don't say that you went to the toilet or something. I think you should have been there the whole time. Lin Xian's words left Gong Sun Jun speechless. Yes, he wanted to act cool, but he didn't expect Lin Xian to be so sharp-tongued. Sure. When the people below heard Lin Xian's words, they began to boo Gong Sun Jun again. Xiao Xinyue frowned slightly. She was clearly unhappy with Gong Sun Jun's words. It doesn't matter if you fight or not, if you want to fight, or when you fight, but do you have to say such things? Gong Sun Jun's expression was ugly. He hurriedly explained, I've always wanted to fight, but I had to give others a chance. Oh, so it's like that. That means you have the mentality of a protagonist. You feel that the most powerful person will naturally go up last. Or perhaps you want more people to exhaust my physical strength and spiritual energy before you have the confidence to win, right? Lin Xian said with a smile. Gong Sun Jun, Mother F*** Ker, is this Lin Xian F** King poisonous? What AF** King poisonous tongue? If he had known this would happen, he wouldn't have said anything. You're thinking too much. I don't think it's necessary because I'm not weaker than you. You have dual attributes and so do I. This young master is stronger than you. Dual attributes? That's right, but why do you think that your dual attributes are better than mine? Because the combination of metal and wind will make you completely unable to resist. Lin Xian cracked his neck, then slowly raised his hand, extended his index finger, and said calmly, I'm sorry. One move. Everyone. F***CK? Are you serious? One move back. Is this Gong Sun Jun? Is he going to use the space attribute to send him out like he did with Xiao Xinyue? Then I won't accept it. I don't think so. But why does Lin Xian have the confidence to do so? Compete in strength. Gong Sun Jun has the metal attribute. He can't win. Gong Sun Jun's expression turned ugly. Then I'd like to see how you're going to finish this young master in one move. Huh? Gong Sun Jun roared. Metal attribute energy covered his body, and the power of wind allowed him to instantly approach Lin Xian. Firm as a boulder, whirlwind. Gong Sun Jun didn't dare to hold back. Lin Xian's lips curled, and his clothes fluttered slightly. Not far away, Xiao Xinyue suddenly frowned. A terrifying cold current was released from Lin Xian's body. The ground was frozen, and the air was frozen. Before Gong Sun Jun could reach Lin Xian, his entire body was frozen in front of Lin Xian, turning into an ice sculpture, motionless. Frost Sky, Grade, Earth Stage 8 star, Attribute. Ice, condenses frost power within the user's body and immediately releases it. Frost power will instantly cover a range of 30 meters, freezing all units within 30 meters. Deals a minimum of 300% and a maximum of 500% frost power. Cost: 800 spiritual energy points. That's right, this was Lin Xian's Ice Attribute martial skill. An Earth Rank 8-star martial skill. It wasn't any weaker than the one Xiao Xinyue had just released. In addition, Lin Xian's true realm was very strong. If he exchanged a bit of energy, then even if Gong Sun Jun was a Thunder Tribulation Realm 9-star, he would still be frozen. Normally, Gong Sun Jun wouldn't be hit by this martial skill, and he would still be able to dodge it in time. However, he was so focused on guarding against the power of space and thunder that he didn't expect there to be such a powerful Ice Attribute martial skill. He didn't expect Lin Xian to have the Ice Attribute. Sorry, you were wrong about one thing. I don't have 2 attributes. Lin Xian patted Gong Sun Jun's shoulder, who had turned into an ice sculpture. Then, he slowly walked down the stage. He knew that with Xiao Xinyue and Gong Sun Jun defeated, he had no opponents left. This scene caused everyone in the surroundings to be completely dumbfounded. The surroundings were silent. Even Xiao Runing was stunned. He actually has attributes. She didn't know. Monster. This Lin Xian is definitely a monster. 3 attributes, he actually has 3 attributes, and all 3 of them are rare attributes. Damn. Comparisons are odious. Damn. It's true. Forget about these 3 attributes. Why do I feel that all of his attributes are so strong? That Gong Sun Jun is still sealed in ice. Xiao Xinyue was convinced from the bottom of her heart. Even if he didn't use the space attribute, he had many ways to defeat them. Bang! Gong Sun Jun broke free from the ice. Lin Xian, where are you going? Our battle isn't over yet. He shouted angrily. Save it. You spent more than 10 seconds to break free from the ice. If Lin Xian really wanted to touch you, you would have died many times already. Isn't it over yet? Someone couldn't help but mock. Gong Sun Jun was completely dumbfounded. Well, Dean, teachers, there shouldn't be any more problems, right? I'll go back to work. Goodbye, everyone. Wax. After saying that, Lin Xian waved his hand and left. And this topic was destined to spread throughout St. Brilliance Academy and Lin and City. No, it might even spread throughout the entire Sky Blue planet, because they had discovered a monster with 3 elements. It wasn't that no one had 3 attributes, but they were too rare. Moreover, he had thunder, ice, and space attributes. It could be said that he was invincible in terms of quality. Lin Xian didn't think it was a big deal to reveal this. On the contrary, it might make the enemies in the dark wary. He only used the ice attribute because it wasn't a trump card. Chapter 750. On the other side, Lin Xian went to a factory. Murongqing was really amazing. Anyway, Lin Xian didn't know what method she used. In 10 days, she had built more than 200 factories in the suburbs of Lin and City. Now, almost all the factories in Lin and City belonged to the Yexian group. After that, Lin Xian asked about it. In fact, it was simple. Just spend money. The one thing that the Yexian group didn't lack was money. Murongqing even spent a few times more than the production value of their factories to buy them. Even during normal operations or when they were profitable, she would spend money because it would take too long to build them. However, Lin Xian felt that what she did was right. It didn't matter if she spent a little more money. At most, they would earn nothing. However, after the construction was completed, the profits from these hundreds of factories would be unimaginable. Those bosses actually hoped that their factories would be taken over because in the past, there might still be Tianhua City as the most peripheral city. Now Lin and City was the most peripheral city. Who knew when Lin and City would disappear? Then their factories and businesses would be gone for nothing. Now that there was such an opportunity for them to make a huge profit, why not? For the time being, a set of equipment was custom-made. They just asked Lin Xian to take a look. If it wasn't possible, then it was possible. The next step was to prepare a large amount of materials and manufacture the equipment. After that, they could start production. The right to cooperate with the three major forces was handed over to Murong Qing. With her status, the three major forces naturally needed this bubble gun. Moreover, it wasn't expensive. $1,000. They had already prepared the money and were just waiting for the goods. The Ye Xian group was in a very terrifying stage of development. As for Lin Xian's forces, he was still waiting. There was no rush. Anyway, the situation now was that the experts in his future forces were none other than his own people. Ling Long Shui, Bing Lingyue, and Ling Longyue. As for the possibility of other experts, he didn't know if Murong Qing would be one of them. In this way, the number of experts he had was enough for the time being. For any power, the quantity and quality of experts were important. However, the scale of the power was also extremely important. Lin Xian didn't want to think about anything else. He just wanted to develop his power to the scale of the Azura Palace, and then slowly increase it. With the power of the Ye Xian group, this was very easy. However, it was unknown how large the scale of development could be. 15 days had passed, and it was now January. There were only 10 days left until the new year. It had been a month since Lin Xian had advanced to the Law Realm. During this month, nothing had happened to them. They had also gone to the Secret Realm. To be honest, Lin Xian didn't have much expectations for the Secret Realm. The only thing he was looking forward to was whether he could obtain an additional attribute in this Secret Realm. In that kind of place, Lin Xian could only obtain one of the normal attributes, one of which was metal, wood, water, fire, and earth. He already had water and fire, but Lin Xian was still too naive. What good things could there be in a secret realm in a third-tier city? It wasn't the God's awakening door of the Holy Palace. After entering, there were indeed many heaven and earth spiritual items. There were even some herbs that were very rare in the outside world, and some spiritual veins with attributes. Unfortunately, it was still far from the level of the attribute Lin Xian wanted. Perhaps it might be helpful to others, but to Lin Xian, it wasn't helpful at all. Lin Xian was too naive. He thought that those things were worthless. Yes, a heaven and earth spiritual item that could unlock one of his attributes must be very rare. It was definitely not something a school like this could have. In the past half a month, Lin Xian had spent Prince Charming points to exchange for 10 days of missions for Ling Long Shui, Bing Lingyue, and Miao Xiao Miao. This was simply burning Prince Charming points. Fortunately, he had obtained quite a lot during this period of time. As for his realm, Lin Xian was still a 4-star law realm. There was nothing special about other things. The enemy hadn't appeared for the time being, and he hadn't encountered any danger for the time being. Perhaps they were afraid for the time being. With the development of the Ye Xian group, bubble guns had just begun to be manufactured on a large scale and were starting to make money. Lin Xian's daily life was to go back and forth between the various girls. However, there were still 10 days before the new year. Ling Ying and Han Chuxue had already returned home. As for Lin Xian, he would definitely spend the new year with Linya. After that, he would find time to visit their families in Sky Capital. Miao Xiao Miao and her grandfather had also returned home for the new year. It was said that Miao Xiao Miao's family was also in Sky Capital, which surprised Lin Xian. Lu Yufan and Yi Yi's families were in Lin and City, so they stayed here. Originally, Lin Xian wanted to bring Xiao Runing home to celebrate the new year with Linya, but she said that she would be returning home after the new year. Lin Xian didn't ask much, but it seemed that she would only be returning home when the new year was nearing. The new year was a time to reunite. As for Murong Qing, she surprised Lin Xian. She actually didn't want to go home for the new year. When he asked her, she said that she didn't want to go back because it was boring. She might as well stay here. At least she could have friends to play with. That would be quite interesting. Ling Long Shui and the others naturally didn't say much. They didn't have the concept of celebrating the new year, but when in Rome, do as the Romans do. This year, they would naturally celebrate the new year with Lin Xian and the others. However, a month had passed, and Ling Longshue's attitude towards Lin Xian was still lukewarm. Her favorability towards Lin Xian didn't drop. It was probably because she still hadn't recovered from the atmosphere of the second time Lin Xian had slept with her. For Lin Xian, it was hard to bear. Although there were still 10 days before the new year, the whole city already had a New Year's atmosphere. All kinds of auspicious characters had been put up. Various clothing stores and shopping malls were all hung with lanterns, and New Year songs were playing. As for Xiao Xinyue, in the past half a month, Lin Xian hadn't made much progress with her. It was hard to bear. After all, she was a beauty with a boyfriend. To be honest, it wasn't easy to woo her. Lin Xian was also embarrassed to woo her. They hadn't seen each other for half a month. But no matter what, the most important task now was Ling Longshue and the others. Lin Xian couldn't bear to waste his Adonis points every day. Now that so many girls had gone home to prepare for the new year, Lin Xian's Adonis points had decreased by a lot. Fortunately, his Adonis points had increased. There were still 10 days before the new year. Life was still as usual. Lin Ye and Murong Qing went to work. Lu Yufan and Yi Yi were on vacation. They were very free. Lin Xian played with them every day, or went to find Ling Longshue and the others. At this moment, in Ling Longshue's house, 3 beauties of different ages sat around the table, eating Ling Longshue's dishes. Her cooking skills were getting better and better. What's wrong? No appetite? It's good to eat. Bing Lingyue was a little puzzled when she saw Ling Longshue holding her chopsticks in a daze. Chapter 751. For someone of Ling Longshue's level, there weren't many things that could make her feel emotional. Once she felt something, it must be something very important to her. It was also very rare. She felt that during this period of time, even after coming back from that place with Lin Xian, Ling Longshue seemed to be a little off. No matter what she asked, she wouldn't answer. She would only say that she was fine. However, Bing Lingyue knew that something must have happened. Now, she was in a daze while eating. Ling Longshue looked at Bing Lingyue and shook her head. I'm fine. Sister, were you bullied by Lin Xian? I'll help you beat him up. Ling Longyue said with a big drumstick in her hand. Ling Longshue shook her head. Of course, Ling Longyue was just saying it casually. She didn't think that Lin Xian would bully her. Ling Longshue wasn't in a daze. She just felt that something was wrong with her body. She didn't know what was wrong with the body of someone who was about to step into the heavenly Tao realm. Lingyue, do you think it's normal for me to lose my appetite after seeing food? Ling Longshue asked Bing Lingyue. No appetite. It's fine if you don't eat, but it's not normal for you to lose your appetite. Bing Lingyue said. It's delicious and pretty. How can I lose my appetite? Aha, you must have secretly eaten a lot. Ling Longyue waved the drumstick in her hand. Ling Longshue shook her head. Then, she frowned and quickly got up and walked to the washroom. Bing Lingyue and Ling Longyue looked at each other in surprise. Something's not right here. What's wrong? Ling Longyue also felt that something was wrong. Then, she walked over with Bing Lingyue. Ling Longshue stood in front of the mirror with her hands by the sink. Her face was slightly pale. Are you hurt? Bing Lingyue put her hand on Ling Longshue's shoulder and released her spirit power to check on her body. However, she didn't feel any injuries on Ling Longshue. Exquisite Shue washed her face, then shook her head and said softly, No, it's just that I suddenly feel like vomiting. That shouldn't be the case. This is definitely not a normal phenomenon. It's impossible for it to happen to you. Something must have happened to you. I'll go and check it out for you. Yes. Ling Longshue didn't know what was wrong with her. Was she poisoned? Impossible, it was impossible for her not to have noticed it. Then, Ling Longshue and Bing Lingyue went into the room. They sat on the bed, facing each other. Bing Lingyue held her hand and closed her eyes. She released her spiritual power and carefully investigated what was wrong with Ling Longshue. Ling Longyue stood there worriedly. She didn't make a sound and had no desire to eat. To her, her only family was Linglong Shui. She might have been rebellious in the past, but recently, she and Linglong Shui were getting closer and closer. She definitely didn't want anything to happen to Linglong Shui. After about 5 minutes, Linglong Shui and Bing Lingyue opened their eyes at the same time. Linglong Shui's beautiful eyes were still confused, but Bing Lingyue's beautiful eyes flashed with disbelief. "Sister Bing, how is it?" Linglong Yue quickly asked. Bing Lingyue glanced at Linglong Yue, then shook her head and said, "It's nothing. It's probably the sign of a breakthrough. There's nothing wrong with her body. Don't worry." Phew. Linglong Yue heaved a sigh of relief. "I knew it. She's at least in the great virtual stage. How could something happen to her all of a sudden? Let's go. It's time to eat. The food is getting cold." Linglong Yue was very naive. She believed it mainly because she felt that Linglong Shui, who was in the great virtual stage, wouldn't have any abnormalities. "Okay, you go out and eat first. I'm still worried. I'll help Linglong check again," Bing Lingyue said. "Okay." Then, Linglong Yue walked out and obediently closed the door. However, after going out, she stuck close to the door and listened to the movements inside. She might be naive and didn't know many things, but she wasn't stupid. If there was nothing wrong, they would have come out. She knew that there must be something that they didn't want her to hear. Bing Lingyue and Linglong Shui didn't release their divine senses. They didn't expect Linglong Yue to be eavesdropping. "Linglong, you, the child in your stomach." Bing Lingyue looked at Linglong Shui worriedly. At that moment, Linglong Shui and Linglong Yue, who was eavesdropping outside, were both shocked. Linglong Yue covered her mouth in disbelief. Her sister had a child in her stomach? How could it be? What did you say? Linglong Shui was also in disbelief. Bing Lingyue said, "When I checked for you, I didn't find any injuries or hidden diseases. However, I found the little life in your stomach." Linglong Shui touched her stomach in a daze. She was pregnant? At that moment, she had mixed feelings. She was going crazy. She didn't know how to describe her feelings. Bing Lingyue had never thought of such a possibility. It's normal for a woman to have this reaction when she's about 1 month pregnant. This is also why you don't have any appetite when you see food. You even feel like vomiting. Linglong Shui didn't know what to do. Bing Lingyue looked at Linglong Shui. "Why didn't I know? I never heard you mention it. Who's the father? Does you know? Why didn't you tell us that you had a partner?" Bing Lingyue kept asking. Linglong Shui bit her lips slightly. She already understood. Of course, Bing Lingyue was also very smart. She could roughly guess what was going on. Ever since Linglong Shui and Lin Xian came back, she felt that something was wrong. Is it Lin Xian? After more than 10 seconds, Linglong Shui was still in a daze. Bing Lingyue asked softly. Linglong Shui nodded slightly. "Bastard." Outside, Linglong Shui was in tears. She didn't know why she was crying. Maybe she felt that it was unfair for Linglong Shui, or maybe she felt wronged and angry. Then, she disappeared on the spot. Bing Lingyue sighed slightly. "What's going on between you and Lin Xian?" This was an accident." Linglong Shui was distressed. Bing Lingyue also felt uncomfortable. Whether it was for Linglong Shui or for herself, she just felt a little uncomfortable. Linglong Shui seemed to need someone to talk to. Then, for the first time, she told Bing Lingyue about the first time she met Lin Xian, what happened after that, and what happened when she went to help Lin Xian comprehend the law. "So the two of you have been in a relationship for so long. Do you like him?" Bing Lingyue asked. Linglong Shui shook her head. She didn't know if it was because she didn't like him or because she didn't know. She lowered her head and touched her stomach slightly. Bing Lingyue knew that she must be very confused, but there was a very important question. Then, what about the child? What are you going to do? What about Lin Xian? Chapter 752. Ling Longshui knew that these questions would provoke Ling Longshui, but she had to consider them carefully. So, she asked directly. She could give Ling Longshui some suggestions, but she had to make the decision herself. I don't know. Ling Longshui shook her head. She really didn't know what to do. The sudden news made her panic for the first time. You need to know. At least, you need to know the future of the child. Bing Lingyue held her hand. Ling Longshui bit her red lips. There were times when people in the virtual realm were confused. Her other hand was placed on her belly through her clothes. Ling Longshui knew what Bing Lingyue meant. Should she keep the child or not? Because Bing Lingyue heard Ling Longshui's words and knew that what happened between her and Lin Xian was an accident. She didn't hate Lin Xian, but at least they weren't partners now. The child is alive. He's innocent. Ling Longshui murmured. You already know what you're thinking. So be it. But you have to make things clear between you and Lin Xian. After all, he's the child's father. No. Don't tell him. Ling Longshui quickly stopped her. Why? I don't want him to know. But your child is born. Do you want him to be fatherless? Ling Longshui lowered her head. I think even without a father, he can live a good life. I'll teach him well. After a long time, Ling Longshui said softly. Sigh. Bing Lingyue sighed and stood up. All right, I know you're in a mess. Calm down first. I won't reveal this matter. I respect your decision, but I hope you'll make a good decision. With that, she pushed open the door and walked out, but her eyebrows were tightly knitted. Oh no, is missing. Bing Lingyue suddenly rushed in. Ling Longshui looked up. She wouldn't have suddenly disappeared, which meant that she must have overheard their conversation. They were all afraid that this girl would do something to Lin Xian. At this moment, Lin Xian was sleeping at home, Lin Ye went to the company, and Ling Ying and the others went home. Although Lu Yufan was Lin Xian's girlfriend, Lin Xian was reluctant to push her down. At most, he would kiss her. Naturally, it was impossible for him to sleep at her place. He had nothing to do every day, and there were no girls to hook up with, so he could only sleep. Shua, Ling Longyue's figure suddenly appeared beside Lin Xian's bed. Get up. Ling Longyue kicked Lin Xian, and Lin Xian was sent flying into the wall in his sleep. Roar. Lin Xian climbed up from the ground and sucked in a breath of cold air. Then, he looked up and saw Ling Longyue in front of him. This girl's eyes were still red, and her little face was filled with anger and a little bit of grievance. I say, what's wrong with you so early in the morning? What did I do to you? Lin Xian stood up with a dumbfounded expression. You bastard. I'll kill you. Kill you. Ling Longyue then angrily rushed towards Lin Xian, waving her pink fists at Lin Xian. She was angry and wronged, but she definitely wouldn't kill Lin Xian. However, she would definitely beat Lin Xian up to vent her anger, whether it was for herself or for Ling Longshui. Lin Xian was really confused. What did he do? Why did this girl come over and beat him up? She used quite a bit of strength, and he was bleeding. He was going to become a pig's head. As this girl beat him up, she started to cry. Lin Xian then grabbed her wrist. Bitter. His face was already beaten into a pig's head, but Lin Xian knew that something must have happened. Otherwise, she wouldn't be like this. He chose to bear with it. I say, little girl, why are you crying? What's going on? Tell me, don't just cry. After you're done, beat me up, okay? Lin Xian said as he wiped her tears. Wu, why did you do that to my sister? Why? As she cried, she punched Lin Xian's chest with her pink fists. What did I do to your sister? Lin Xian was dumbfounded. Sister spoiled a baby, Wu. You hooligan, stinky bastard. You're so shameless. Just die. Lin Xian. What did I say? Lin Xian widened his eyes. What the F***ck? What did he just hear? You're still pretending, you bastard. Ling Longyue wiped her tears. After beating up Lin Xian, she calmed down a lot. She wasn't as impulsive as before. You just said, your sister is pregnant? Lin Xian asked again. Ling Longyue pouted and handed Lin Xian a few tissues. Hurry up and wipe the blood. It was my fault just now. I was impulsive. I'm sorry, but I still hate you. I hate you. Ling Longyue said angrily. Lin Xian scratched his head and took the tissues. Whoosh whoosh, Ling Longshui and Bing Lingyue suddenly appeared. Stop. The moment Ling Longshui appeared, she saw the blood on Lin Xian's face. Afraid that she was too late, she quickly shouted. Then, Ling Longyue appeared behind her. She stood in front of Lin Xian. It would be a lie to say that she didn't care. Are you okay? Ling Longshui looked at Lin Xian. Then, she stretched out her hand and formed a seal. She wanted to release some kind of healing power to help Lin Xian heal. However, Lin Xian reached out and grabbed her hand. You were too impulsive. Bing Lingyue scolded Ling Longyue. I was just angry. Ling Longyue also knew that she was wrong. She was too impulsive. Even if she was angry, her sister didn't say anything. Why did she come over? Fortunately, she didn't make a big mistake. Okay, let's leave the time to them. Let's go. Oh. Ling Longyue then looked at Lin Xian and Ling Longshui. Then, she released her power and disappeared with Bing Lingyue. Ling Longshui blushed slightly. Then, she quickly shook off Lin Xian's hand and turned her face to the side. Lin Xian used his arm to wipe the blood off his face. Xiao Linglong, I just heard little you say that you're pregnant? Lin Xian seemed to have never been so nervous. He stuttered. No, she was just joking. You're not seriously injured. You'll be fine after resting. I'm leaving. Ling Longshui said lightly. I don't believe it. I don't believe that she would come over and beat me up for no reason and then say something like that. Lin Xian grabbed her hand again. Ling Longshui shook him off again and said, It has nothing to do with you. Rest. Lin Xian. F*CK, Xiao Linglong, you have to take responsibility for what you said. It has nothing to do with me? I don't believe it. Lin Xian knew Ling Longshui too well. It was impossible. It was definitely his. Rest. She didn't know what to say. She didn't want to tell him, but Ling Longshui told her. Chapter 753. Lin Xian grabbed her hand and pulled her into his embrace. I don't care. I want to hug you even when I'm resting. I want to talk to my baby. You. Ling Longshui gritted her teeth. She instinctively wanted to slap Lin Xian, but she didn't know why, but she couldn't bring herself to do it. You can't refuse. As the child's father, I have the right to talk to him. Lin Xian said. Ling Longshui, what a shameless person. I told you it has nothing to do with you. Ling Longshui said softly. Then who do you think it has to do with? Bring him over right now. Ling Longshui. Hey, you're still trying to deny it? Lin Xian grabbed her waist. With a little force, the two of them sat on the edge of the bed. Let go. Ling Longshui frowned. No, I'm touching my son. What right do you have to make me let go? Lin Xian placed his hand on her flat stomach. Of course, it was through her clothes. Ling Longshui. She felt goosebumps all over her body. Slap. Then she slapped Lin Xian's hand away. I'm going back. Ling Longshui said calmly. She might have said it calmly on the surface, but she was definitely not calm on the inside. No. Lin Xian grabbed her hand again. Lin Xian was also very confused. He had become a father for no reason. Xiao Linglong. Ling Longshui tried to break free from Lin Xian's hand, but Lin Xian held it very tightly. Perhaps it was because their relationship was indeed unusual. She was just not used to interacting with the opposite sex. However, Lin Xian indeed had the right to touch her. After all, she was pregnant with Lin Xian's child. She was very confused and didn't know what to do. What do you plan to do about the child? Lin Xian looked at her seriously and asked. What about you? She looked indifferent on the surface, but of course, she cared about Lin Xian's thoughts. Me? I don't care. Your thoughts are my thoughts. Okay. Linglong Shui nodded slightly. Then Lin Xian's hand wrapped around her waist very gently. I'll be responsible for you. Lin Xian looked into Linglong Shui's eyes and said seriously. Linglong Shui also looked into Lin Xian's eyes. From his eyes, she didn't see any deception or evasion. The two looked at each other for 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Then, Lin Xian leaned forward and kissed her. Linglong Shui's mind suddenly went blank. She rubbed her sleepy big eyes. She didn't wake up when Lin Xian was beaten up by Linglong Yue, but now she was awake. Then she saw Lin Xian bumping into a new beautiful big sister. She looked at it for a while and found it meaningless. She fell asleep again. Lin Xian didn't expect Linglong Shui to be pregnant with his child. This child was his helper. Lin Xian was still thinking about how to get Linglong Shui when his unborn child seemed to say, Dad, I'm here to help you. Then he came. Lin Xian and Linglong Shui didn't lose their minds this time. Once again they had sex. At first, Linglong Shui refused, but Lin Xian didn't say anything. He used his actions to guide her. Gradually, she fell for him. The main reason was that she had accepted Lin Xian in her heart. She had no choice but to accept. The child was already here. At noon, Lin Xian opened his eyes. Once again, he saw that beautiful side profile. It was a kind of happiness. Linglong Shui also woke up. She looked at Lin Xian. Bang! In the next moment, Lin Xian flew out again and hit the wall. Linglong Shui hurriedly put on her clothes. Lin Xian got up from the ground. Xiao Linglong, you can't do this. We're shy, but you can't hit me for no reason. Lin Xian said bitterly. Shut up. Linglong Shui tried her best to calm down. Lin Xian moved closer to her. He smiled and kissed her on the cheek. Xiao Linglong, can you agree to be my girlfriend now? Linglong Shui looked sideways at Lin Xian and bit her lip slightly. Why? She looked at Lin Xian. We already have a child. Can't you accept me? Don't tell me you still want to find someone else? Linglong Shui tucked a strand of hair behind her ear and said, I don't need you, and I don't need other men. But the child needs a father. Lin Xian knew that Linglong Shui was a very soft-hearted person. This emotional card was definitely the best to use. And now was definitely the best time to take her down. Sigh, women, especially Xiao Linglong, are too proud. As expected, when she heard Lin Xian's words, she let down her guard. Then Lin Xian sat down and held her slender hand. He looked at her affectionately. Xiao Linglong, believe me. Although I'm not as strong as you, and sometimes I'm unreliable, I really want to be responsible for you. And the child, give me a chance. I swear I'll treat you wholeheartedly. I'll work hard to become strong enough to be worthy of you. Okay. Linglong Shui slowly turned her head and looked at Lin Xian with her beautiful eyes. I know you have your pride. I also know that I'm not worthy of you right now. Whether it's your strength, your beauty, or your nobility, I'm far inferior to you. Even if I climbed 10 mountains, I still wouldn't be able to catch up to you. But we ended up where we are now. I want to be responsible for you. Give me a chance. Linglong Shui's heart was indeed touched. She didn't have too many prejudices against Lin Xian. On the contrary, she felt that Lin Xian was a pretty good person. He was fine as a friend, but they ended up having sex again by accident. Just now, she was done by Lin Xian again. It wasn't that she didn't want to reject him, but she felt that she already had a child with Lin Xian, and it wasn't their first time. Then, yes, they already had a child. They clearly had a father, so why couldn't she accept him? Did she really want the child to be fatherless? Yes, Lin Xian wasn't very strong now, but no one could say for sure how strong he would be in the future. She also believed that he had a bright future ahead of him. Actually, Lin Xian just had sex with her for the third time, which already proved that in her heart, Ling Long Shui had accepted him. Otherwise, how could he? Perhaps Ling Long Shui felt like it was a lifetime ago. She never thought that she would have a partner one day, a man she loved and cared about. But now she had one. Perhaps she didn't know if she loved him, but at least she didn't hate him. At least he was the father of her child. At least she wanted to give birth to the child. She couldn't bear it. Okay. After more than 10 seconds, Ling Long Shui turned her head, leaving Lin Xian with a beautiful side profile. However, she gave a soft, okay. Lin Xian's eyes lit up. Really? Ha ha ha. Lin Xian then hugged her and laughed happily. That's right, it was a laugh that came from the bottom of his heart. Ding. Congratulations to your new girlfriend, Ling Long Shui. Adonis points increased by 100 million. Ding. Because you are dating 5 women, Adonis points increased by 50 million. Ding. Ding. The system will reward Ling Long Shui by stepping into the heavenly Tao realm. Confirm effect. Chapter 754. Lin Xian was extremely shocked. Wasn't this system a little too terrifying? Previously, the reward for Ling Ying and the rest was an increase of 2 stars. Well, for Ling Long Shui, it was only an increase of 1 star because she was at the Great Void Realm. However, that 1 star was the most difficult step in the world. He had known Ling Long Shui for quite some time. In terms of talent, she could be considered a monster. However, she was also stuck at the chasm between the Great Void Realm and the Heavenly Tao Realm. She could not cross it. She needed an opportunity, and time. That was the peak of all known realms. Heavenly Tao. That name already told you something. Anyway, Lin Xian did not even know what the Great Void Realm could do, much less the Heavenly Tao Realm. Lin Xian only knew that the space attribute Heavenly Venerables, Ling Longyue, could even do a space jump of a few hundred kilometers. As for the Heavenly Tao Realm, however, since she was his wife, she would definitely be useful. Ding! Your space attribute proficiency has increased to 100%. A system notification that excited Lin Xian appeared. His space attribute proficiency had been maxed out. This felt King great. Lin Xian's space attribute proficiency was only slightly more than 10% previously. Now, it had reached 100%. What was going on? At the same level, Lin Xian could teleport 10,000 meters with his space attribute. Now, he could teleport 100,000 meters. That's right, it had increased by 10 times. Ling Long Shui's space attribute proficiency was probably at 100%. This cheat was simply invincible. Xiao Linglong, do you know why you have been stuck at the Heavenly Tao Realm? Lin Xian suddenly asked as he held Ling Long Shui's hand. Ling Long Shui looked at Lin Xian in surprise. Her hand was not used to it. Although she had indeed agreed to be Lin Xian's girlfriend and had done it with him several times, she was still not used to it. However, if she forced herself to get used to it and not even let Lin Xian touch her hand, it wouldn't make sense. And Ling Long Shui was puzzled as to why Lin Xian would suddenly ask such a question after his confession. Your realm is insufficient. The heaven and earth spiritual energies are insufficient. You have yet to break through the bottleneck. You need opportunities. Ling Long Shui said. No. It's mainly because you aren't my girlfriend. Ling Long Shui, alright, he was just joking. However, you are now my wife. Do you believe that you will be able to advance to the Heavenly Tao Realm? You're about to advance? Impossible. Under normal circumstances, it's impossible for me to advance to the Heavenly Tao Realm without 10 years. Ling Long Shui shook her head. Then can we make a bet? I bet that you will advance to the Heavenly Tao Realm today. No, I bet that you will begin advancing to the Heavenly Tao Realm today. After all, Lin Xian did not know if the advancement to the Heavenly Tao Realm was instantaneous or how long it would take. What if you lose? If I lose, you can say or do whatever you want. As long as it's something normal, I won't retort. Sure. She knew her situation very well. Advance to the heavenly Tao realm? Especially today. How was that possible? Wasn't he deliberately losing to her? Then what if I win? I'll make the same bet as you. Lin Xian revealed a mischievous smile before leaning close to Linglong Shui's ear and whispering. Shua. Immediately, her beautiful face was dyed with a layer of crimson, and her face was filled with anger. You lecher. Holy sh*t. We are now lovers. Furthermore, it's a bet. My request isn't too much, right? Lin Xian said with a helpless smile. All right. Linglong Shui clenched her teeth. After all, it was impossible for him to win. No, previously, she also believed that it was impossible for him to win, but she still lost to him. This time, she hesitated for a moment, but upon realizing that she was advancing to the heavenly Tao realm, especially when it concerned her, she knew best that it was absolutely impossible. Therefore, she dared to make the bet. To think he wanted her to do such a shameless thing. Bastard! Then what will happen if you advance to the heavenly Tao realm? Lin Xian asked. Linglong Shui glanced at Lin Xian. He was still acting? Anyway, not here. If not, everything within a 10-kilometer radius will be destroyed. Lin Xian. Then bring me to a place where you can advance to the heavenly Tao realm. Linglong Shui sighed inwardly before following Lin Xian. The duo vanished from their original spot and appeared in an empty space that Lin Xian had never been to before. It resembled a grassland, but the sky here was dark. It was daytime in the previous place. How far did they go? Why was there such a time difference? This is a place very far away from the demon beast domain. All right, I didn't advance. You lose. Linglong Shui said. Lin Xian curled the corners of his mouth. Don't be in such a hurry. Then, Lin Xian confirmed that Linglong Shui had advanced to the heavenly Tao realm. Suddenly, Linglong Shui knitted her brows. Heaven and earth spiritual energies from an unknown distance surged into her body. At the same time, a vortex appeared in the cosmos above her head. The gigantic vortex flashed with lightning. It was extremely terrifying. You. Linglong Shui looked at Lin Xian in shock. She knew her own situation best. Now, the heaven and earth spiritual energies in a 100-kilometer radius were surging into her body in preparation for her advancement to the heavenly Tao realm. If she was a car with the heavenly Tao realm as the crux, then the surrounding heaven and earth spiritual energies would be the fuel. She was alarmed. She could not understand. She was clearly very far from the heavenly Tao realm. This bottleneck was not something that could be broken through at will, but how was Lin Xian able to do it? How many secrets was Lin Xian hiding from her? All right, so be it if he kept it from her. It was nothing, but this scene was something she did not know. That's right, it exceeded the scope of her knowledge. But now was not the time to consider such matters. She needed to calm her mind and advance to the heavenly Tao realm because it was a very dangerous process. Go to the side. Stay far away. Linglong Shui said to Lin Xian. Then, with a wave of her hand, Lin Xian appeared on a distant cliff. He was high up and could see Linglong Shui's situation. However, he could not see her clearly. Lin Xian's body was enveloped by a white glow. Clearly, it was released by Linglong Shui to protect him. That can't be, right? She even needs to protect me after advancing to the heavenly Tao realm? Lin Xian did not know how exaggerated the advancement to the heavenly Tao realm was. Not only did Linglong Shui allow him to leave, she had even released her powers to protect him. Then, Linglong Shui sat cross-legged in her spot, absorbing large amounts of heaven and earth spiritual energies. Her body was surrounded by a white glow that was especially eye-catching in the dark night. What was even more exaggerated was the gigantic vortex above her head. It gave off the feeling of a sci-fi apocalypse movie, as though aliens were invading Earth. Furthermore, there were endless bolts of lightning flashing within it. As the vortex spun, a hole seemed to appear in the sky. It was especially terrifying. The F***king difference is too great. Lin Xian recalled his advancement to the law realm. There were no changes at all. Only his body had changed. Yet, the advancement to the heavenly Tao realm had caused a phenomenon. The heaven and earth spiritual energies in a radius of more than 100 kilometers surged over. Chapter 755. This wait lasted for 3 hours. That's right, Linglong Shui had been sitting there motionless for 3 hours. The vortex above their heads and the lightning remained, but the surrounding heaven and earth spiritual energies were so rich that it was unimaginable. The place they were in resembled a grassland, but now, what was the situation around Linglong Shui and even Lin Xian? It was as though they were in the middle of a storm. The airflow in the air spiraled like a tornado, but it covered a huge area. However, it did not have the destructive power of a tornado. Countless blades of grass were torn apart as they danced in the air, especially around Linglong Shui's body. This was not an airflow. No, to be precise, it was an effect caused by tiny bits of airflow mixed with unimaginable heaven and earth spiritual energies. Holy **T, was I too careless? Why do I feel like advancing to the heavenly Tao realm is still very dangerous? Lin Xian thought as he sensed everything around him. If he had known, he would have let Linglong Shui make some preparations. That way, he would not have been too worried, but now, he hoped that nothing would happen. Boom! At that moment, the vortex knew that a bolt of lightning that was dozens of meters thick had struck down. Lin Xian. Wasn't this 2F***king terrifying? At the same time, Linglong Shui suddenly opened her beautiful eyes and leaped into the void. A terrifying white force struck at the bolt of lightning that came crashing down. Boom! The two forces collided and instantly, sand and pebbles were sent flying. The ground beneath Linglong Shui was lifted up by the force before shattering in the air. Lin Xian. This was a F***king advancement to the heavenly Tao realm? Wasn't this F***king courting death? Wasn't this force too terrifying? To advance to the heavenly Tao realm, one had to withstand the lightning. The lightning was like a trial of the heavenly Tao. One had to withstand the heavenly Tao's test to successfully advance, or they would be reduced to dust by the heavenly lightning. It should be fine. It should be fine. Although the heavenly Tao realm is difficult, there have been some who have advanced. And Xiao Linglong's bloodline is top-notch. If they can advance and succeed, how can Xiao Linglong fail? I'm absolutely fine. Lin Xian muttered to himself. That's right, he was extremely nervous. He even regretted it. If he had known, he would have made Linglong Shui prepare to advance to the heavenly Tao realm. When the light dissipated, Linglong Shui stood in the air. Her body was surrounded by a white light, and her hair and dress danced wildly in the wind. Boom! Another thunderbolt. Boom! An hour later, Linglong Shui had been standing in the air the entire time. She had withstood countless bolts of lightning, each stronger than the last. The ground below them had already been reduced by more than 10 meters, completely destroyed by the explosive power of the two. If not for Linglong Shui's protection, Lin Xian would have already been reduced to dust. The surrounding few kilometers were gone. The tiny mountain that Lin Xian had been standing on was long gone. He was already standing on the ground that was more than 10 meters lower. It was a gigantic crater. He continued looking nervously into the sky. Lin Xian finally understood why Linglong Shui had said that he could not advance there because the surroundings would be destroyed. Lin Xian was also thankful that he had not immediately confirmed it when the system's notification sounded. If not, wouldn't the city that spanned more than 10 kilometers be gone? It was unknown how many people would die there. At this moment, the lightning vortex in the sky was condensing. This time, it was more terrifying than any of the previous times. Lin Xian, who was below, could even feel the pressure from the sky. It was a power that he couldn't withstand. Even if this power didn't descend, Lin Xian would probably be crushed to death by this pressure if he didn't have Linglong Shui's protection. The strongest purple thunderbolt coiled around the vortex. Linglong Shui released her power in a dignified manner, preparing to face the last bolt of lightning. Dragony was sleeping soundly before this, but she had already woken up. She could feel the uneasiness in Lin Xian's heart. But when she woke up, she did not see Lin Xian. Through the connection between the two, she communicated with Lin Xian and learned the general situation. There was nothing she could do, but she hoped that nothing bad would happen. Boom! In an instant, the heavens and earth were illuminated by a purple light. No. Countless purple lightning bolts that one could not imagine surged towards the relatively small Ling Long Shui, as if they wanted to make the entire world disappear. The bright light made Lin Xian close his eyes subconsciously. Then, he felt as if he was falling. He felt as if countless stones and sand were smashing into his body, but they were all blocked by the power around him. After about 30 seconds, everything calmed down and Lin Xian opened his eyes. The ground in a radius of more than 10 kilometers had sunk. No, it wasn't sunk, but the power of the collision directly turned the ground into nothingness. It was destroyed. This terrifying power was the strongest Lin Xian had ever seen. The vortex in the sky disappeared, and everything around it was destroyed. But the surroundings calmed down. A figure landed beside Lin Xian. Xiao Linglong. Lin Xian hurriedly ran over. Linglong Shui wasn't wearing a single piece of clothing. She had been completely destroyed by the power, but Lin Xian's mind wasn't on that. It was on Linglong Shui's safety. Linglong Shui landed on the ground and opened her beautiful eyes. Her first reaction was to look for Lin Xian. Then, she saw Lin Xian and blinked in front of Lin Xian. "Are you all right?" Linglong Shui was also worried about Lin Xian. "You vomited blood?" Lin Xian saw a trace of blood by the corner of her mouth. She shook her head and wiped it. "I'm fine." Following that, she revealed a look of pleasant surprise. I've advanced." It was true. Under normal circumstances, she would have given herself at least 10 years to advance to the heavenly Tao realm, but she never expected it to happen so suddenly. Lin Xian heaved a sigh of relief. "It's good that you're fine. It's good that you're fine." Advancing was obviously the best, but it was important that she was fine. Linglong Shui felt like she was in a different world. She had advanced in a baffling manner. She had too many things she wanted to ask Lin Xian about. She really couldn't figure it out. It was just too incredulous. How did Lin Xian do it? "Well, why don't you put on some clothes first? I admit that you have a great figure and good skin, but it's not very elegant. Look at this." Lin Xian coughed dryly. Linglong Shui was taken aback before she looked down at herself. The next instant, her face turned red once again, the redness reaching her neck. Logically speaking, it was beautiful for a girl of her level to blush. "Turn around." She gritted her teeth and quickly took out some clothes from her interspatial ring to wear. "All right, turn around." Lin Xian scratched his head. That wasn't right. He was now Linglong Shui's man. Why was he turning around? Damn it, he hadn't seen enough. Chapter 756. If you said that Lin Xian was a scumbag, then he would admit that he was. But he couldn't do that. If Xiao Xinyue had a boyfriend and he tried to poach her, he really couldn't do it. Damn. I'm a man, why should I think so much? Moreover, that Gongsun Jun isn't my brother, he's my enemy. Why should I think so much? Let's do it. Lin Xian suddenly realized this point. Why should he feel guilty? If Gongsun Jun was his brother, then he would feel guilty. Although Bing Lingyue's mission was more urgent, Lin Xian felt that it wasn't appropriate to pursue her. That would be courting death. Just at this time, Lin Xian's phone rang. He looked at it and found that it was Lu Zhengyi. As soon as the phone connected, Lu Zhengyi's shocked voice came from the other side. Brother Xian, there's a big matter, do you want to know? Damn. What big matter can make you so surprised? Lin Xian smiled helplessly. First, tell me if you want to know. No, I'm hanging up. Lin Xian finished speaking and was about to hang up. Hey, don't. Then I'll say it. Do you know what I just heard? Lu Zhengyi then whispered, I just heard that Gong Sun Jun used a trick to catch up with Xiao Xinyue. Hearing Lu Zhengyi's words, Lin Xian's interest was piqued. Oh. What's going on? It's like this. I'm currently at Night KTV. Some friends are drinking, bragging, and picking up girls. Then there's a brother that I don't know. I only met him at this party. He drank a bit too much and seemed to be in a bad mood. He's in the lightning tribulation realm and he's drunk. Don't you think he's an idiot? A lightning tribulation realm cultivator can get drunk? He must be in a bad mood. Otherwise, he could use his spiritual power to dissolve the alcohol. You're off topic. Lin Xian said helplessly. It's like this. Then he got drunk, so I bragged to him in the corner. Brother Xian, do you know what he said? He said that some time ago, Gong Sun Jun found him and a few of his Thunder Tribulation Realm brothers to plot against Xiao Xinyue in the demonic beast domain. Then, Gong Sun Jun came to save the damsel in distress. Otherwise, how could he have caught up with Xiao Xinyue? Lin Xian. That shouldn't be the case. Xiao Xinyue's strength is top-notch. Even if there were several Lightning Tribulation Realm cultivators, they wouldn't be a match for her. There's no need to save the damsel in distress, Lin Xian said. I don't know either. Brother Xian, are you interested? I feel that you should be quite interested. Who knows, you might be able to make Gong Sun Jun a cuckold. Wahahaha. Anyway, I don't like him. Why don't you come over and find out for yourself? All right, I'll go. After all, this was related to pursuing Xiao Xinyue. Lin Xian definitely had to go. On the other side, Ling Longshui returned home. At home, Bing Lingyue and Ling Longyue were both preoccupied. They weren't in the mood to eat good food. Out of nowhere, their sister was pregnant with a baby. And the baby was Lin Xian's. This made Ling Longyue really confused. However, after hearing Ling Longshui's explanation, Bing Lingyue also explained to Ling Longyue. She could accept it. After all, Lin Xian couldn't be blamed. However, she couldn't accept that in her eyes, the most outstanding and most beautiful sister in the world was sullied by a weak human. She was even pregnant with his baby. Sister. Seeing that Ling Longshui had returned, they quickly got up. For a moment, Ling Longshui didn't know what to say to them. Sister, did you give that Lin Xian a good beating? Ling Longyue said angrily. Beat him for what? Ling Longshui took off her coat. Then, Ling Longshui looked at her baby bump. Sister, are you really pregnant? Why do I feel like it hasn't grown bigger at all? She leaned over and touched Ling Longshui's baby bump. It's only been a month. How can there be any changes? Bing Lingyue said and looked at Ling Longshui. Then, she frowned as she suddenly realized something. Because she realized that Ling Longshui seemed to be even more unfathomable. Ling Long, your cultivation has improved again? Ling Longshui nodded and sat on the sofa. I've advanced to the heavenly Dao realm. Bing Lingyue and Ling Longyue were both shocked. It's because you're pregnant? Ling Longyue said in surprise. Ling Longshui, Bing Lingyue. This girl's brain was still wired. How did she think of this? No, I don't even know why. It's just that I suddenly advanced. It has something to do with Lin Xian. I can't say for sure. This is too magical. Bing Lingyue exclaimed. But, sister, what about your baby? Ling Longyue pouted her lips. Let's leave it at that. Ling Longshui said softly. Then, Lin Xian. Ling Longshui picked up the tea and took a sip. She was a little hesitant. Let's leave it at that. She said this again because she didn't know what to say. Oh. Ling Long, have you confirmed your relationship with Lin Xian? Bing Lingyue asked. Ling Longyue looked at her nervously. Ling Longshui nodded. But it's only confirmed. I just don't want the child to be born without a father. He might not be a good man, but I hope he will be a good father. You're so bad. Ling Longyue clenched her fist. Ling Long Shui wasn't a fool. There were so many beautiful girls around Lin Xian. She wasn't sure how many she was, but she didn't think that Lin Xian didn't have any other girlfriends before her. She didn't believe it, but she didn't have to say it out loud. Let's leave it at that. On the other side, Lin Xian arrived at Night KTV. This KTV should be one of the biggest KTV in Lin and City. It had a lot of background and there were a lot of big shots here. However, Lin Xian didn't know that this KTV was the property of the Azura Palace. To be precise, it was the property of the Gong Sun family. 3602. Lin Xian came to the third floor and found one of the biggest rooms. This was the room that Lu Zhengyi told him about. They were still inside. Lin Xian wanted to figure it out. If he broke up Xiao Xinyue and Gong Sun Jun, wouldn't it be very comfortable? It was fate that he saved the damsel in distress. However, if he created the illusion of a hero saving the damsel in distress, it would be disgusting. Needless to say, girls would really fall for this trick. It was reasonable for a man to save her when she was in the most dangerous situation. The door opened and Lu Zhengyi poked his head out. Brother Xian, come in, come in. I'll introduce you to some friends. Then, Lu Zhengyi pulled Lin Xian in. The account of "I can unleash unlimited big moves" was frozen. The writer's assistant was also lost. However, the editor can help to release it. I can only try it during the day. Also, it's not like I haven't updated this book for a few days. Why are you guys talking about it being unupdated? Normally, I would update at midnight. It's only 10 hours late now. It's also today. Woo. Chapter 757. The private room was very big. There were men and women sitting there. The girls were all pretty. Of course, they were all wearing makeup. But no matter what, they were with these young masters. At least they had some foundation. No matter what, they could still be considered beauties. There were about 20 people, about the same number of men and women. Since they were Lu Zhengyi's friends, they were basically all young masters. Hey. Lu Zhengyi walked in and clapped his hands. Then, he took out a microphone. Everyone, please be quiet. Lin Xian wanted to stop him, but it was too late. He came here because of Xiao Xinyue's matter. Otherwise, he would have stayed at home with Dragoni, or gone to Linya or Murongqing's place. What else could he do? Everyone quieted down, and all eyes were on Lin Xian and Lu Zhengyi. Everyone, this is my big brother, Lin Xian. That's right, it's Lin Xian from Saint Brilliance Academy. You must know him. Lu Zhengyi said proudly, as if he was proud just because he was related to Lin Xian. Damn! Casanova Lin Xian? I've only heard of him before, but I never got the chance to meet him. So you're Casanova Lin Xian. Big brother Lin Xian, let's get to know each other. Suddenly, a group of rich second generations gathered around Lin Xian. Since those women were here, they weren't good girls. They were also looking at Lin Xian curiously. Some girls were like this. They knew that this guy was a scumbag, but they still jumped into his arms. Obviously, in the eyes of these men, Lin Xian was Casanova, but in the eyes of these women, Lin Xian was a scumbag. But even if they knew, they didn't show any expression of disgust. Instead, they quietly looked at Lin Xian. Because they had heard of him before, and they probably knew how outstanding Ling Ying was. Not to mention her appearance, just her strength was enough to let people know how outstanding she was. They looked at Lin Xian curiously. What was so special about this guy that made such a beautiful and outstanding girl agree to be his girlfriend in just a few days? He felt quite ordinary, but his strength seemed to be quite strong. Lin Xian politely talked to them. Young Master Lin, let's drink together. Soon, a few very open women surrounded Lin Xian. There was even a woman with a good figure and good looks who directly came over to Lin Xian's arm. Her chest deliberately rubbed against Lin Xian's arm. Lin Xian expressed that he really didn't feel anything. This kind of woman could be considered a beauty, but that was it. The beauty of the girls around Lin Xian was definitely beyond their reach. Lin Xian was used to their beauty. These women, at most, were just playing around. But Lin Xian didn't feel anything. He had so many beautiful girls around him that he hadn't coaxed yet. How could he be in the mood to play around? Then Lin Xian smiled, seemingly unintentionally took her hand away and said, "You guys have fun, you guys have fun. I'm just bored and came over to ask for a drink. You guys have fun, I still have some things to discuss with young Master Lu." Lin Xian's words had already reached this point. Of course, they couldn't force Lin Xian to do anything. After all, they weren't familiar with each other. Then Lin Xian and Lu Zhengyi sat in the corner of the sofa. Lin Xian held a glass of wine. There were always girls looking over, wanting to get closer to Lin Xian, trying to do something. They weren't stupid. Since such an outstanding girl had taken a fancy to this Lin Xian, he must be very outstanding. Moreover, he was the younger brother of Lin Ye of the Ye Xian group. This news wasn't a secret. In any case, he was very, very rich. Wasn't his sister's money his money? Moreover, Lu Zhengyi called him brother, which meant that he was even more awesome than Lu Zhengyi. "I say, where's the person you were talking about?" Lin Xian looked at Lu Zhengyi. Lu Zhengyi slapped his forehead. "Look at my brain, I almost forgot about this. I drank too much and went to the toilet to vomit. After vomiting, I'll probably wake up a little. Brother Xian." Lu Zhengyi then revealed a smirk as he looked at Lin Xian. "Brother Xian, you're not really going to poach that Gong Sun Jun, are you?" Lin Xian looked at him. "So what if I do?" "Nothing, I'm happy. I've been unhappy with this Gong Sun Jun for a long time. Moreover, that Xiao Xinyue is really beautiful. She's not much worse than sister-in-law. Hee, if Brother Xian could. Wouldn't that be great? Let's go." Then Lin Xian and Lu Zhengyi walked out and went to the bathroom. Outside the bathroom, a man was holding on to the sink. He looked a little drunk, so drunk that he even forgot that he could use his spiritual energy to dissolve the alcohol. It's him. His name is Ji Chong, a member of the Azura Palace. He has some status and position, but of course, he can't compare to Gong Sun Jun. Anyway, I saw that he was in a bad mood just now, so he sat there drinking. He drank and drank until he got drunk. Lu Zhengyi said to Lin Xian. Lin Xian then walked over and patted Ji Chong's shoulder. Ji Chong looked over drunkenly. "You. Who the F***ck are you?" Ji Chong said drunkenly with a shake of his shoulder. "How's your relationship with him?" Lin Xian asked Lu Zhengyi. "Pretty good. We've played together for a few years. We've been through girls together." Lin Xian. Then Lin Xian told Lu Zhengyi something. He nodded. Then Lu Zhengyi put his arm around his shoulder. "Chong, my King Lu Zhengyi. You drank too much." "Zhengyi." Ji Chong swallowed a mouthful of saliva and looked at Lu Zhengyi. "Chong, what's the matter? Why did you drink so much? Come, sit." Then he helped Ji Chong to an empty room and sat together. Lin Xian sat in the corner. "What's going on? Why are you in a bad mood?" "Tell me, other brothers can't guarantee it, but if anyone dares to bully you, I will definitely avenge you. Also, this, young Master Lin, Brother Xian. Do you know who Brother Xian is? He can King beat Liao Zhibong, Gong Sun Jun, and the others like dogs." Ji Chong glanced at Lin Xian. "Gong Sun Jun, you King Beast, King Mud Horse." Then he angrily roared. Lin Xian raised his eyebrows. "Oh ah. This is a bit interesting. This person helped Gong Sun Jun, but now he hates Gong Sun Jun. His value to Lin Xian is infinitely high. Brother, what did Gong Sun Jun do to you? Tell us, I can't help you, but young Master Lin can." Hearing Lu Zhengyi's words, Ji Chong's tears fell as he wailed. King Mud Horse. King Gong Sun Jun. You asked me to do something, but you didn't give me money, but you F asterisk king my girlfriend, F asterisk king me. I can't live under the same sky with you. That Ji Chong wailed loudly. When Lu Zhengyi heard this, he was stunned. F asterisk King Gong Sun Jun. He clenched his fists, his face full of anger. He and Ji Chong are not brothers, they can only be called friends, but when he heard this, he was also angry. Chapter 758. Lin Xian already knew that this Gong Sun Jun wasn't a good person, but he didn't expect him to be so disgusting. Let his own people do things for him, and he went to do his girlfriend. That Ji Chong seemed to have been holding it in before, but now he burst out crying. It seemed that he really did like his girlfriend. Brother Xian, you see. Lu Zhengyi looked at Lin Xian with uncertainty. I can't do anything about the matter between him and his girlfriend, but what I can do is to settle the grudge between him and Gong Sun Jun. This was just a matter of convenience, because there was hatred between Lin Xian and Gong Sun Jun. This hatred wasn't on the surface, but it was true that he sent people to kill him. Of course, Lin Xian wasn't sure if he was involved, or if it was just his father. However, this Gong Sun Jun had repeatedly tried to provoke or find ways to humiliate him. Lin Xian didn't know when he had provoked him. Xiao Xinyue? No, before that, Lin Xian was only with Xiao Xinyue in the sacred dragon flame cave. If it was this, then his heart was unimaginably small. But he must have known that the White Tiger Hall wanted to kill him. Maybe Lin Xian had his own selfish motives, or maybe he was helping others. No, helping others was all fake. Lin Xian was just doing it in passing. Selfishness was probably more important, and he admitted it. Lin Xian naturally couldn't kill him. Before Lin Xian had enough evidence to prove that Gong Sun Jun wanted to kill him, he wouldn't. At most, he would announce Gong Sun Jun's character or actions to the public. Originally, other than Brother Xian himself, no one else could get involved in the matter between their boyfriend and girlfriend, but for Brother Xian to have this kind of heart, I really thank you on his behalf. Chong Zi and I aren't brothers, but we've known each other for several years. He's actually not a bad person. I know very well that Brother Xian can help. Lin Xian shook his head. No need to thank me, I also have my own selfish motives. Brother Xian and that Gong Sun Jun don't get along, right? Lu Zhengyi asked. You will know in the future. What you need to do now is very clear. As long as your friend is willing to tell you these things, it will be fine. That's not difficult. Lin Xian shook his head. Very difficult. Lu Zhengyi looked at Ji Chong, whose voice was hoarse from crying, and then looked at Lin Xian in confusion. Why? Firstly, his testimony alone is useless. Secondly, there is no evidence. Thirdly, he might not be willing to testify. Lin Xian then explained to him, yes, he does hate Gong Sun Jun, but what if he doesn't dare? Hearing Lin Xian's words, Lu Zhengyi also understood. The Gong Sun family was a large and powerful family. As for him, he was only a martial artist with a decent level. He didn't have much of a background. Testifying against Gong Sun Jun and the Gong Sun family was the same as completely offending them. Although on the surface everyone knew that they couldn't kill people, or else the trial union would put them on trial, everyone also knew that as long as no one saw it, they could kill as many people as they wanted. Then what should we do? Lin Xian rubbed his chin. This Ji Chong was very useful to him, but if word got out, he would be in danger. Lin Xian was sure of this. He couldn't get over it, unless his safety was guaranteed. How's Ji Chong's family? Lin Xian asked. Chong Zi's family died at the hands of demon beasts when he was young. He and his girlfriend have known each other since they were young, so they have a very good relationship. That Gong Sun Jun obviously used a forceful method. Because Chong Zi's strength is decent, Chong Zi and his girlfriend basically take on some mercenary group missions to earn money. Then he continued, in fact, although Gong Sun Jun planned the scene of a hero saving a damsel in distress, and they were only helpers for money, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Lin Xian nodded. Indeed, there was nothing wrong with it. This was a hero saving a damsel in distress, after all. If you fell in love with a girl and tried to woo her but failed, you would use a special method for the sake of money. It wasn't like you were trying to kill her or make her faint. Perhaps Gong Sun Jun's intentions behind the scenes weren't pure, and as his helpers, all they did was make an insignificant disappearance. That was why this Ji Chongren seemed to be a good person. Then Lin Xian had a way. Wake him up. Lin Xian said. Okay. Then Lu Zhangyi walked over to support Ji Chong, and the spirit energy in his body surged into his body, helping him get rid of the alcohol. Once the alcohol was gone, Ji Chong stopped crying and sat there in a daze. What's wrong with me? He wiped his tears and looked at Lu Zhangyi and Lin Xian suspiciously. Chongzi, you were drunk just now. F*CK. I'm F*King drunk. Ji Chong spat out a mouthful of saliva, then looked at Lin Xian. This is? Lin Xian walked over and stretched out his hand. Lin Xian. Lin Xian? You're Lin Xian, the younger brother of the Xian Group's chairman? The one from St. Brilliant Academy? Ji Chong froze for a moment. The chairman of the Xian Group was indeed Lin Ye, but Lin Xian held the highest shares. Lin Xian nodded. Hello. Ji Chong reached out and shook Lin Xian's hand. Did something happen between us? I feel like you're looking for me. Ji Chong looked at Lin Xian and asked. Lin Xian said, You were drunk just now, and Lu Zhangyi and I heard a lot of things. What did I say? Ji Chong frowned. Gong Sun Jun directed a hero saving a damsel in distress script and saved Xiao Xinyue, so he pursued her, and you were one of his helpers. Ji Chong frowned. No, I was just talking nonsense. Ji Chong was afraid of leaking it out and angering Gong Sun Jun, Chongzi. Lu Zhangyi shouted. Brother Xian is one of us, Brother Xian is one of us. You can believe him, even if you don't believe him, can you believe me? Brother Xian is my big brother. I know him, I also believe him. He also has a grudge with Gong Sun Jun. Don't you want revenge? Me? Revenge for what? Stop messing around. Ji Chong pretended as if nothing had happened and smiled. You said that Lingling was defiled by Gong Sun Jun when you were drunk. Lu Zhangyi said. Hearing this, Ji Chong couldn't help but clench his fists, blue veins popping out. Lin Xian walked over at this time, patted him on the shoulder and said, I know what you're afraid of. You're afraid that you'll be in danger and be killed by the Gong Sun family. Maybe you're more afraid of your girlfriend being in danger, right? Ji Chong looked up at Lin Xian. You can choose to believe me. After this, you and your girlfriend don't have to do dangerous mercenary missions anymore. I'll take you to the Art Pavilion Group to arrange work for you. As for the reward, it'll definitely be more than mercenary missions. You can rest assured about this. You don't understand, money? Is money more important than life? What do I need money for? I can't even protect myself and Lingling. What do I need money for? Ji Chong roared. Money is just a guarantee. At the same time, I can guarantee the safety of you and your girlfriend. Ji Chong looked at Lin Xian. Chapter 759. Lin Xian said, When the time comes, I will give you a spiritual weapon that can protect you. It will allow you and your girlfriend to leave the dangerous area and go to a safe place with the power of space. This will ensure your safety. Really? Ji Chong looked at Lin Xian expectantly. What he was most afraid of was his and his girlfriend's safety. Although his girlfriend had been defiled by Gong Sun Jun, it wasn't out of her own will. She was also forced. He really loved her. He couldn't accept his girlfriend taking the initiative, but she was forced. He really felt that it didn't matter, as long as they could be good. Lin Xian nodded. No, words are no guarantee. Ji Chong then shook his head. He was not familiar with Lin Xian. He did not trust Lin Xian. What if he just wanted to achieve his own goal and then leave him alone? This was a normal mentality. Lin Xian expressed his understanding. Lin Xian smiled and said, That's simple. You just drank and didn't eat, right? I'll treat you. Let's have a meal together. We can talk slowly at the table. I'll help you get the things that can protect your and your girlfriend's lives. I'll give it to you on the spot. Is that okay? Ji Chong looked at Lin Xian. He did not want to punish Gong Sun Jun. He wanted to kill him so badly, but he couldn't do it. However, if Lin Xian could do it, he would rather give up everything. He would rather kneel down and kowtow to Lin Xian. However, he could not guarantee that his and his girlfriend's lives would be saved. Therefore, he still needed Lin Xian's promise. Good. If it's really possible, I will kowtow to you. I will apologize to you, Ji Chong said excitedly. Lin Xian smiled and said, "Let's go, I will lead the way." Then Lin Xian took them to a hotel near Linglong Shui's home and ordered a private room. While the dishes were being served, Lin Xian went to Linglong Shui's place. "Justice, can young Master Lin really be trusted?" Ji Chong still asked Lu Zhengyi worriedly. "How can I not trust the person that I, Lu Zhengyi, have taken a fancy to? Older brother Xian is the only person who can help you take revenge without taking anything from you, because he has the same goal as you. He also wants to ruin Gong Sun Jun's reputation." "Alright, let me tell you." Then, Lu Zhengyi whispered to Ji Chong, "Older brother Xian wants to give Gong Sun Jun a green hat." Ji Chong's mouth. You must have heard of older brother Xian's battle achievements. He managed to catch Ling Ying in 3 days, and he can even hug her left and right. If older brother Xian wants to make a move on Xiao Xinyue definitely won't be able to hold on. When that time comes, older brother Xian will definitely make a move on Gong Sun Jun. Wouldn't that mean? Ji Chong clenched his fists. He was looking forward to that day. Extreme anticipation. He was even willing to die in exchange for this day, but the only thing he was worried about was his girlfriend. He was afraid that something would happen to her. If I can protect Lingling's safety, even if I have to die, I will definitely help brother Xian. He is my Ji's. Ji Chong clenched his fists and said firmly. On the other side, Lin Xian arrived at Linglong Shui's home. Linglong Shui was pregnant for only a month. Other girls who were pregnant for a month could jump around, but she... It was mainly because she was too nervous that she didn't even dare to eat anything. Although she knew that it wouldn't matter even if she ate anything, she was afraid that it would affect the child. It wouldn't be good if the child wasn't beautiful. However, that shouldn't be the case. Her genes were right there. Although Lin Xian's genes weren't extremely handsome, they weren't too bad either. Linglong Yu also accepted this fact. She was just unhappy, but beating up Lin Xian that day was enough to vent her anger. She felt even more wronged. She didn't know why she felt wronged, and the other was that she felt unreconciled for her sister. "Hello everybody, the man you love the most is back." Lin Xian teleported into the house. The 3 of them sat on the sofa eating snacks and watching TV. Then, they all looked at Lin Xian. These 3 beauties, big and small, were truly a beautiful scene in the world. Too beautiful. What are you doing here? You're not welcome. Linglong Yu pouted and threw the apple in her hand at Lin Xian. Lin Xian easily caught it. "Tisk, I'm not here to see you. I'm here to see Xiao Linglong and my son." Lin Xian then smiled and moved closer. Lin Xian smiled and made space for him. Then, Lin Xian sat there and hugged Linglong Shui. "How's my son?" Lin Xian reached out and touched her stomach. Basically, there was no bump for a month. Linglong Shui blushed. If it was just her and Lin Xian, it would be fine. But with Linglong Yu and Bing Lingwei beside her, she couldn't let go. Then, she slapped Lin Xian's hand away and said, "He's fine." Lin Xian scratched his head. This girl was still arrogant and cold. Even if they confirmed their relationship in a short period of time, it would be difficult for Lin Xian and her to be as sweet as a normal couple. This was because she was not a girl with a sweet personality. "Tisk." Linglong Yu pouted. Dragony came out from Lin Xian's arms and flew into Linglong Yu's arms. It could be seen that Dragony was very close to Linglong Yu. "Dragony, why don't you stay here for a while and accompany little Yu?" Lin Xian said to Dragony. But Dragony quickly shook her head. No, Dragony wants to follow Big Brother. Lin Xian laughed. You see, you have an endless supply of good food here. If you follow me, you'll be hiding in my arms every day. Don't you have so much freedom here? I'll come visit you often, don't worry. No, 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 no. Even if I have to hide every day, Dragony wants to follow Big Brother. Dragony refused to listen to Lin Xian on this point. Lin Xian smiled helplessly. He was thinking for Dragony's sake. Since she didn't want to, then forget it. How do you know it's a boy? What if it's a girl? Or do you only like sons and not daughters? Ling Long Yu gave Lin Xian a glare as she handed the chips to Dragony. Since it's already like this, even if she doesn't like it, she can only accept it. Ling Long Shui also took another look at Lin Xian. Of course, she was more concerned about it. Does he have a preference for boys over girls? A girl is fine too. I like all of them. It's not a big deal, but I think a son would be better. Why? Bing Lingyue asked with interest. She looked at Lin Xian and asked. Because if it's a girl, my beautiful daughter will be ruined by other boys in the future. Just thinking about it pisses me off. The three girls. Isn't this guy thinking a bit too far ahead? Say, if it's a boy, how comfortable would it be to pick up other girls? Lin Xian grinned. Lecher. Ling Long Shui muttered. That's right, stinking pervert. Ling Long Yu nodded repeatedly. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. Forget it, I still have things to do. You're tuning in to the Narrate and Escape YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.